I asked if they had Comic Sans, but they don't, so now I'm sad.
See, if you use Comic Sans as a graphic designer, I'm legally obliged to instantly vomit all my internal organs
So
out.
I ain't got water, but I got Dr. Pepper.
That was totally not even slightly relevant to the conversation, but, like, it's also relatable.
What was?
What Anfield said. We're, like, talking about Comic Sans and, like, what Emily was saying, and Anfield said something about, like, I don't have something, but I have Dr. Pepper.
Alright, so, with the recorder launched, hello everybody.
Hi, Dr. Nick.
But we'll do a recap. So when we last left off, you all went out back into the city with your newly given cloaks made by Fennec and Grindel. You selected your own disguises and gathered as much information as you could. Reginald had sex with a guard named Percy.
Oh god, fuck yeah.
Brim kicked the little girl and gotten the shit kicked out of him as a result.
Kinky.
Eric discovered diamonds. Reginald also got a diamond after smacking it to a pickled corpse.
Huh?
Navis was also part of that little shit show, but two halves of the party, both Eric, Brim, Navis, and Reginald have acquired 3 diamonds altogether, each of them costing 600. You return back to the hideout. You settle down once more. Brim does summon Malkaya and gets a gold trinket, and he gets fucked over having a bunch of swarming rats follow him around, or any rodent in general, within 2 miles for 2 days. You all fall asleep, and Brim is the only one to awaken to the sound of voices. Reginald was also awake, but chose to ignore it.
Doesn't give a shit.
Brim bear witness to Grindel pummeling the life out of Salad with weird lightning surrounding him, and also witnessed this elven friend coughing up blood for some reason and being escorted to the medic bay by Fennec. You return back to sleep, and you all wake up to discover the black market is in a manner of panic. Van Kelm isn't able to speak to you for long because he's pulled away by scared settlers, even a little girl who can't find her mother. Grindel is writing down names of who's missing, and he's growing a bit hesitant to write down more names. What you're aware of is settlers are missing, Fennec is missing, and Princey is missing, and the prince is missing.
My dog.
You guys choose where you want to go. You can go look around in the black market, roll an investigation, look around the black market, or you can go outside around Hangman's Grove and roll investigation.
Did you say that the skull of that gargoyle is missing too, that Grindel had?
You have no idea.
Oh. Can I go check then?
Yep, you can go to Van Calm's room, and if you would like to roll an investigation to see if you can find anything else.
Fine, bitches. Can I roll an investigation?
Yep.
Oh.
I got that.
I love the fucking rats.
Oh my god!
Brim walks by you all and all the settlers, and all you hear is as a bunch of rats just travel past you in a pack. You're starting to have to lift your heel like, ugh! As they
have come to bring the plague! This is good news!
Pip is hanging off your back, Brim, and you hear a clear as day chomp, and when you look behind you, you see a rat is in his mouth and he's swallowing it whole.
Aw, how cute.
With a 20. Ooh. Okay, let's see. The rest of you roll too, because then I can go one after the other.
Okie dokie.
But please announce where you're heading to, so then I can just go boop, 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 boop.
I'm going to the Hangman Grove.
I'm going outside too.
Bye, guys.
So you two are going outside.
You come with me and my child. Let's hold hands.
I
Hold my
have
hand.
not a hand to hold.
No, hold my hand. It's fine.
Okay. That's a good point.
Navis, where are you heading off to?
I don't know.
Do you want to come with us?
Yes, hold our hands. Eric extends his hand out
Sure, I guess I'll follow.
Yes, come with.
Hold
I
our
can tell you
hand.
all kinds of nice
Oh.
things.
Hold our hand.
I won't
Hold
decline
the
a handhold, but I'll frown while you hold my hand.
Okay, it's okay. Eric smiles as you take his hand.
Okay, so if you three roll investigation, I can get to you guys when you go outside. It's
Okay.
No,
I
we're
take
playing
Look
outside.
at that, boy.
19.
Wow. I am very tired.
Okay, so, Brim, you part ways from your team with the pack of rats following behind you and Pip eating one of them. You notice as you cross the bridge and approach where Salad was chained up, you see the chains have been opened. Not just unlock, take them off, torn open, like broken with such brute force. You kind of stare at him confused, but you walk down the stairs to Van Kelm's room and you look towards Grindel's desk that housed the gargoyle head. You see it's missing, with deep indentations of claws dragging down the oak, and glitter stone all across the floor, and that's it.
Glitter stone?
Yep, it's the scrapings that Grindel was taking from the head.
Can
Hello,
I
everyone.
take some of the glitter stone?
You can certainly scrape it up, yes.
I want to scrape up the glitter stone.
You should snort it!
What?
Please don't snort it.
Like Coke. Just, I don't know, maybe if I do something.
You lean down, having to fucking swipe away for your rats because they're like, ugh.
I've never heard a rat make that noise before in my life. I know I haven't seen a lot of rats, but I've never heard that before in my life.
They just call
They
it.
make noises.
Like Tasmanian devil.
They tell Brim to snort shit.
It's like one climbs up to your ear. It's like, hey, you should sniff some of that dead kush.
Instead of hearing voices of like demons or dead people, Brim just hears the voices of the like 1,000 rats following him.
Oh no.
But you manage to get a clawful of glittering powder, and it seems to shimmer. And for a brief moment, you stare at it, and it twitches like it's trying to go somewhere.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Okay,
Can I,
maybe
put
don't
it in a
snort
bag or some shit so it doesn't like fucking go anywhere?
Maybe if you snort it, he'll like have the instinct to
I-
follow it.
Okay, now I'm really keen on you snorting it, can you?
Like maybe like
I
you
can
feel like
always
it's
come- If I
inside.
die, I can always come back to life, right?
Exactly.
Because I'm on Earth. Can I put it in
Listen.
a bag so it doesn't escape and then follow its movement?
Yeah, you can put it in
Listen, my thing is like if you can like die and just come back by having somebody say your name, like take every fucking risk. Bless you.
Yeah.
Take every risk.
you.
Like fuck it. Like if you see a dragon, try fucking it. Who
Snort
cares? Like if you
coke.
might die, but
Snort
come
the
back.
coke.
Are y'all implying that I should snort this fucking
Snort,
gargoyle
snort.
with-
I'm not
Roll
here.
to snort.
But, yeah.
Roll to snort.
All in favor for snorting, say aye.
Aye.
All in favor for not snorting it, say aye.
What the hell?
How
Thank
many
you,
people
Reginald.
was that?
Okay, you put it in a bag for now. You can snort it later.
Also, I feel like I should
Much
snort it maybe in
farther.
company of other
Snort
people,
it.
so
Yeah,
like, if I
snort it.
die,
Wait,
people
share
will
it with
know.
everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone
I'm good.
dies.
It's
TPK the
like
whole place.
TPK.
I'm
And
red.
Phil, can I add bag of glitter or some shit to my inventory?
Add bag of glitter stone.
Bag of glitter stone. Alright, I have my glitter stone bag now.
As you
Who's that bitch in there? That?
What?
Who's this?
the bitch. Oh shit, she was an NPC. Get the fuck out.
She's like, why do you have all of these rats? And he's like, I'm trying to snort!
White powder all over under his nose. Screaming.
Oh my god.
Oh no!
Brim, as you turn around to walk back upstairs, you take in now that the glitter stone goes up the stairs. You didn't really notice this when you initially walked down, so you follow it back upstairs and back into the area where the prince was. It ends there. And then you turn, with a slight twitch of your ear, to hear something. Now back to neighbors and Reginald and all that.
So as I was saying, people.
Eric's just like holding his ears, like not holding their hand anymore. He's just like, please stop, please stop.
With 19, 3, and a 15. Let's see. 19, 3, and a 15. Okay. Nabus, you sort of split off from Reginald and Eric. You're just as tired from his rambling as much as Eric.
I'm like, fuck y'all, and I just walk away.
Yeah. I have to ask you a question though. Are you wearing your cloaks?
Why would I wear my cloak if I'm not
Eric's
trying
is
to hide?
broken, I guess, because he ripped it off.
One buff arm.
Yeah, he has one man arm, the rest of him is like,
Why would I?
Well, you're back on the surface. You're in Hangman's
Eric's
Grove.
Oopsies, here's my cloak.
Eric's
I'm gonna go find
wild.
Percy. Goodbye, everyone.
Eric's just there with his manly arm.
I guess I have it on then.
No, you don't have to put it on.
I
'cause
guess
you're
I
in.
do.
It's an option.
Is it an option?
You, Nabus, actually find glittering stone on the floor.
there's so much glitter.
And you see it not like it leading up the stairs like Brim found. It was a clear path. This is like sprinkled little patches, and you find it in like the weirdest of places, against walls, against pavement, like something was dragging itself.
The gargoyle came back to life. I don't know why I said it like that.
While Navis, you find the glittering stone. What are you doing with it?
Well, I mean, what can I do? I can just investigate. I want to touch it, though.
You want to touch it?
Yeah, I want to touch it. I want to touch it, really. Oh,
Oh my god.
Oh, damn, boy.
Yeah, I know everything about it.
Natural 20. You lean down, Navis.
You touch that glitter real fucking good.
I touch it and I have a great time.
So you touch the glitter and you drag your finger and you look at your palm. You feel something really weird with this glitter. It feels very magical and magnetic, almost like something is pulling it. And you feel particles moving against your skin like it's trying to get away from you. Like sand being blown in the wind. You move your hand right, the glitter moves left. You move your hand left, the glitter moves right. It's almost like a compass leading somewhere.
It's leading away from me. It's repelling.
It's almost like it is a homosexual's corpse, and it's like, do not want woman.
Dead. Well, okay, well, this is confusing because it moves opposite from me.
Well, that means that it's probably, when you hold your hand forward, it probably means it's pointing straight, you know?
Oh, it's some detective shit.
So, while Navis is doing that, Eric and Reginald, you start scouring the broken down buildings and you end up gently pushing open a dilapidated door only for it to go.
Oh shit.
You enter and look around, splitting up a little bit. Reginald, you end up finding blood, and it's not old blood, but it's relatively fresh.
Ooh, I can use this.
Drink it.
Stop him.
And as you follow the droplets of blood, you start to see it get bigger and bigger, and then you meet up with Eric. The wall that you were following the blood leads into an alleyway. It's just a broken down wall, and you just bump into each other again.
Hello, handsome.
Oh, hey.
I'm alone.
You both follow this blood trail, and it gets bigger and bigger and more violent and grotesque. And then it stops at tree roots. When you look up, you see two corpses hanging there.
Yes, the tree. The tree
Eric's
is
sort of
dead.
like,
Wait, what's the corpse? Oh my god.
The corpses are two settlers that you've taken note in the black market.
Is it the potion keeper?
It's not the potion. It's not the potion seller.
Potion seller.
can I roll for
Potion seller.
investigation?
You can investigate or perception or investigate. Either one for you.
What do we gotta do to
But
cut
yeah,
him
you-
down?
Updated Eric's icon.
Cut him down.
I'm gonna swing my weapon at it. I have a fucking.
Okay, can Eric climb up?
thing.
Why are you
Can
swinging
Eric-
a weapon at the bottom?
Wait, why don't you just throw your skeleton hand up there and untie them?
That's a genius idea.
Wait,
Oh my God.
okay.
Does
Reginald,
it
give me your
work
hand.
when
I'll
it's
climb up,
apart?
and you will, like, poke it with your hand.
Does it work if it's detached?
Sure.
I
Of
I
course
don't
it-
see why not.
of course
Okay,
it-
so can Eric climb the tree and, like, sort of, like, use Reginald's hand to, like, help?
I'll like give him my
Right.
entire arm.
Okay, give me
Okay, make an athletics
okay,
check.
give me a hand, baby.
For me to take my own arm off?
No,
Wait,
for
no,
Eric
Eric to climb a
Eric.
tree. Eric needs to climb.
Roland has let us take your own arm off.
Reginald, your arm off.
Here you go.
Wait, have you got your cloak on too?
Yeah.
Reginald, you as this big buff orc just takes your buff arm
Oh
off,
my god!
That's wild.
and then it just turns into a skeleton arm.
Wait, is that possible in this form? Is that possible?
It's like the magic crackles and like it's like no, don't do this. But the second he pops it off, it just the magic just dissipates from the arm and it's a skeleton arm again.
Here you go. I hope no one saw that.
Oh, I'm sure people saw that.
No, they didn't. Shut up.
Damn, that's a good roll. 18. You end up catching a good footing and you end up climbing up there, grabbing Reginald's arm, and you just lean it up enough to where the rope is tied, and you untie it, and the bodies go on the floor.
Hey,
Blood just.
Oh, God.
on my nice cloak.
How, like, fucked up are they? Are they?
Eric's sort of like look.
They're cut up pretty bad.
So Eric's sort of like looking like mortified. He sort of like looks like he looks uncomfortable with
Give
like
me
the
my
sight.
arm back so I can loot them.
Okay, so Eric climbs down and he just like hands Reginald his arm,
Thank you.
and Eric's like sort of looking down at the bodies, and he's kind of roll for investigation to like properly check them now.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll for
Okay.
investigation.
Come on, I need your skeleton eyes.
Yeah, you damn do.
20.
I get lost in them.
My empty eye socket.
I do.
You lean down to this horrible sight, and you see maggots already making their home in these corpses.
Oh.
You rustle through their pockets, through their torn clothing, and you can clearly make out these are claw marks, and even a few stab wounds.
Oh.
When you loot through one of their pockets, it's of a female, and you see she has a locket. And when you open it up, it's a little bit complicated with your little skeleton hands, Reginald, but you end up opening it, and you see it's of the woman that's dead, and a little girl.
Oh no. Oh.
What the fuck?
Reginald, you should wear her as your skin.
Oh my god.
What a good idea! That's messed up.
No.
She's torn up, that would be broken skin.
That'd be awesome.
I'm already
Wear her
halfway
up.
there. Somebody should stop me.
You should wear her skin and then pretend to be the little girl's mom.
Get yourself a daughter, Reginald. Holy shit.
I will convert you to the deep ones, my little darling.
She's like, Mom, why do you have horns? Why do you keep talking about the deep ones?
What's a 10 for?
What do I gotta roll for skin?
No.
Ah!
Eric's like looking at you and he's like, don't you fucking dare.
Are you legitimately gonna skin this fucking woman?
I mean,
No.
I got a 10.
No!
I got like an arm sleeve.
Wait, no.
That
Can
wouldn't do
Eric,
it.
can Eric pull out a fucking knife on Reginald?
Okay. Eric, you go through the other guy that was hanging next to this poor woman, and you start rooting for his pockets. He doesn't really have much on him other than like a few copper pieces. Nothing really too valuable. He really doesn't have anything on him. He was just a settler within the market. But then you look over to Reginald as he's picking up this poor woman, gently cutting her skin. But her skin is in bad condition. It just doesn't work out for you.
This one's no good to me.
Oh my god.
So did you just
Eric's just
mutilate
like-
this woman's poor body even more? Now she's just like, oh, fucking.
Eric's just looking at you like,
This is wasted flesh. What do you want me to do?
respect the fucking dead.
I don't know what that means. You don't respect me. Do you expect me to respect the other dead?
Navis, do you collect and keep that glittering stone, or do you leave it?
Well, I mean, why not? I mean, do I have a bag on me? Sure. What?
Yeah, you have a bag
I
on
got
you.
some pockets.
You got pockets?
This is not
So you
you.
also have glittering stone.
I'm going to go keep the locket because I'm going to go traumatize the little girl today.
Don't you fucking dare.
So you take the glittering stone and place it somewhere in a pocket or pouch, so you now have obtained glittering stone as well, so you can snort. And you meet back up where you hear the clearly loud and pronoun voice of Reginald, and you then see the dead bodies in front of them.
Hello, Davis!
What? Who are these people?
I dropped the one that I was skinning, pretending I wasn't doing anything. They belong to the market, it seems.
Well, okay, well then we found some missing people. How many people were missing again?
There's two of them right here.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
But several are missing.
Several are missing, not just two.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I rolled an investigation and got an 11.
You walk past your two friends, and you start to scour the area, investigate a bit more, but you can't really find anything else of interest. You're pretty far back in the alleyways. You don't really see anything else. No glittering stone, no more blood, no body parts, nothing. So it's kind of lacking in your department. If anything, you're just like, there's a bunch of old wanted posters on the walls here in this destroyed area of the town. That's about it. Grim, we'll cut back to you.
Hello.
What you hear when your ear twitches is something you can only describe as a dog.
A dog? No! I swear to God, he's dead.
Oh, he's dead! This bitch is dead. This bitch. Oh my god, he's fucking dead.
And you start to follow the sound as it gets clearer and clearer. You peek into a crack in the wall where rubble is, and you move some aside, and you end up peering into a little crevice into the wall, and that's when you see Fritzy.
My baby!
Is he alive?
You look in and you see him cowering, his tail tucked between his legs, shaking violently as he's whimpering, his one foot lifted. Your eyes focus on him, but then they slowly drift down to what he's sitting on top of. And it's Fennec.
Dead!
Oh no.
Can I, get into the crack?
Yes, you can.
Can I, go in and, see if he's fucking
How the
okay?
fuck did they get in there?
Yeah. You can go into the crack.
Alright, I fucking go in there and I immediately check if, I check his well-being.
Wait, is Reginald and Eric with
Danny
Nabis?
DeVito. I became Danny DeVito.
What?
You start to crawl in this little tiny hole. The rats are like trying to get in, like, and it's just a big mess. You know, like you're very uneasy around Princey because the first time you encountered him, he was snarling at you. But you gently lay your claw on his head, giving him comfort, and he moves aside. That gives you a clear view of Fennec. The elf is sadly dead.
R.I.P.
What you see is a very large cut on his abdomen and several stab wounds.
Can I, like, start screaming?
Give me a second.
Yeah.
Negus takes off.
I'm just like,
Phoenix fucking
No, don't tell him.
dead. Just
I mean,
by
we're
the way,
not
you know
that
what,
far
massage
away.
now?
You guys, I'm assuming, are coming back into
Well,
the black
yeah.
market as you hear the echo of Brim.
Can I run over there? If I'm like, my boy's screaming, Brim, what the fuck?
I just
My
point
boy.
at the corpse and I'm like, ah!
You can't get him because you just see a blockade of rats' asses into the
Oh
crowd.
my god! The rats are eating
Why are
him!
you screaming about rats?
Eric's like, Brim, they're your rats.
They're eating him.
And I'm like, no! Can I,
Okay.
like, control the rats? Can I, like, tell them to get the fuck out of the way?
Yeah.
Get your fucking
Roll
rat.
animal handling. Let's see.
Roll animal handling?
Yeah.
Animal handling.
What is that, like, a skill
my
Are
set?
God.
these rats wild?
I tell the rats to get the fuck out of the way. I'm like, move so my friends can see.
The rats look at you and they like get out of there. Grindel starts to hear your screaming and he sees the second you guys enter back into the black market. People are starting to like rush around Grindel and Van Count, like, we need your help, blah blah blah. But he drops everything and investigates. What's going on here?
Can Eric, like, push him? Sort of give him comfort, and he's like, maybe it's not best you be around here right now?
No, he's gotta see.
Yeah, I think he, like, should know.
Okay, so then Eric's like,
I mean, we can't keep it a secret.
okay, so Eric's like, just be calm, and he sort of, like, steps aside, and he's like,
Got or anything.
just,
Do you guys drag him out or?
If
I mean,
we
we
let
can try.
we allow
I ain't touching him. I'm letting him
okay,
be
I'll
where he is.
try and fucking get him.
we allow
I'll get it. My God, I'm the only one who can deal with dead things around here.
Okay.
I deal
Okay,
with it fine.
okay.
I'm just
Reginald,
nonchalant.
me and you,
Oh,
me and
God.
you.
You guys start to drag Fennec's corpse out, and Princey is limping out of the crevice
Let's
as
choke him.
you can, but
Person just died.
he's sort of jumpy right now because he has got a bad wound on his paw, so he can't really walk on it. But Grindel stands there,
Look, he's dead.
He's dead. I hear you, Reginald.
and you see his very confused eyes widen, and he freezes in place. No. And at this point, Van Kelm and the rest of the people are starting to investigate, like, what's going on, like, why is everyone over here? It's then the Viking sees his fallen elf as well. Without hesitation, the dark-haired elf runs over, falling onto his knees beside the corpse. You watch as he gently holds Fennec in his arms, looking down at him, his whole body shaking, unable to grasp the reality. Over and over, you hear him muttering words of disbelief, and he's like, no, this can't be happening, no, you know, there's gotta be some sort of... You can't really understand him after a while, because he starts going from common to Elvish, and that's when it's just unknown territory. Unless any of you know Elvish.
Speak Elvish.
Do I think I actually do.
Do you?
I think so.
Check.
Because when I chose my faction background, yeah, I know Elvish, Infernal, Deep's Cant, and Undercommon.
Okay, so everyone besides Navis knows what Grindel's muttering, and clear as day, you can relay this to everyone else if you so choose, or you can keep it to yourself. He's muttering, I can't lose you two, you can't go, this isn't real, this can't be real, I can't lose you two. And he's muttering it over and over and over. Grindel pulls Fennec's lifeless body close as tears run down his pain-stricken face. The whole falls silent. Even Van Kalm couldn't believe what he was seeing. What are you going to do?
I thought I was like trying to like check what my language was.
You just kept clicking
Language
in.
proficiency! Language proficiency! Language proficiency!
What? Oh my god. Navis again.
Die,
She's
don't
like,
you fucking dare, you bastard.
she's really nonchalant, so she doesn't really do anything.
I mean, death does not faze me. Pay me and I'll bring him back.
Eric looks mortified, I guess. He doesn't like blood, so he's sort of like looking at Grindel
He's like,
I'm
icky.
so
Excuse me. Hold on.
He's like, I'm so sorry. And he goes to like put his hand on Fennec, but he sort of like pulls away because he's like.
This is coming from the man. The man who doesn't like blood is coming from the same man that chopped a man in half.
Wait, I won't say anything.
Yup.
Maybe that was by accident.
Maybe. He just fell on the sword.
Yeah.
And he looks at Van Kelm as well, and he's sort of like, are you close?
Van Kelm, he remains silent. Grindel doesn't say a damn thing to you. He's sort of having a meltdown right now. He is going into somewhat of a panic attack, I guess you could say. Van Kelm sort of approaches a bit closer, gently, moving aside the settlers.
We love Big Viking Dad.
Yeah.
And for the first time, you see this unbreakable man just have the most saddest face. As a whisper not to be heard by Grindel or, really speak out of place, he says, Fennec came to us very young. He's still very young, and I saw him as a son.
Oh.
Grindel, though, those two were close since day one. They're the only elves here at the time. And he explains this to you all while, for a brief moment, I want everyone to roll a perception.
Bonk. 15 for the skeleton.
I get bad rolls because I can play.
7. 18. 19! So 15, 7, 18, and 19. For a brief moment, hear a sound. Brim, you instantly know what it is. And you look towards Grindel's body as you recognize these red bolts flicker and blip around his body. They're very minor and very small, but they're there. Grindel stares down at the elf's face one last time, his hand resting on his cheek as he gently lays him back down on the floor. He leans forward, whispering the words, Malchiah, please watch over Fennec as he passes through the Raven Queen's gates into the afterlife. And the last thing you all see before he rises up is bidding his final farewell with a soft kiss on Fennec's lips.
That's nice.
Oh.
He rises up slowly to his feet with his head low and...
Oh my god.
Congratulations! Fennec is now fucking dead! Grindel is now romanceable, ladies and gentlemen!
Oh my god.
You can now fuck that out to no tomorrow!
Oh my god.
His boyfriend's fucking dead!
Oh, they were boyfriends.
I mean, nay.
That gave me whiplash. Sweet Jesus.
Is Grindel away from the body now?
Grindel, wait, I just love that Grindel is like, goodbye, my love, and he kisses him, and I just imagine him, like, looking at the body, and he's just like, ew, and he walks away from it. Like, forget the body, I don't want that. Leave it there.
The crowd looking at one another, worried that their families may have fallen the same fate.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I can tell you that they have.
Oh my god.
Tell you for
I was
sure.
like, don't you fucking dare.
All you hear slip from his lips is, I'm going to kill him.
Oh.
As the red bolts become more aggressive and become more erratic and around his body.
I mean, you want to snort some coke?
Oh.
Probably. Eric is just like walking around like G-Mod village or something.
No. Eric sort of like looks up and goes, kill who?
Kill me.
I'm gonna kill that little son of a bitch!
Can Eric rise up and be like, no killing anyone, we don't have to kill anyone?
Are you against killing now? Nabis says that. If you're saying that in character, Nabis does respond like that.
Okay, so Eric's like, it's not the killing, it's the cycle. We don't have to do the cycle.
Yes, we do.
No, we don't. We can break it.
We
We don't have to.
Grindel just snaps his head towards you, Eric, and you see for a brief moment his eyes are consumed with red. They flicker before returning to normal.
Can Eric roll charisma? Just to...
Persuasion.
Is it persuasion? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
God. What?
Natural 20.
Okay.
What? You get all the good rolls, damn.
Eric, you say this, and you see this elf just, breathing aggressively with his teeth slightly clenched tightly, and Van Kelm steps behind you and he backs you up and he says, "He's right, Grindel."
Yeah, my boy's got.
And not to intrude on anything, but you realize this is like evident proof that we are vulnerable and under attack. So I'm just saying, we need to kill whoever we need to kill. I'm not against him.
Kill anyone.
Kill him.
I'm just giving my opinion. I don't
Kill
know.
him.
Eric's like, there's ways around this. We don't have to solve everything.
You don't even know the person who killed this.
I don't care about who killed what, who killed who. We just don't need to continue this cycle.
Oh, so now you're Batman or something. Like, what is this? No, listen.
No. Eric sort of like gives you this like glare.
Grindel's little red lightning bolts ease up, and the flickering in his eyes, stops. And he says, "It's clearly Salad that did this."
Oh, no, I wouldn't say
So we know who to kill now.
Okay,
I wouldn't say it was Salad right away.
It was so Salad.
Okay.
Okay, well, this is not a one-man job. Just
What makes
saying.
you think that?
What did you find?
Well,
Can I hold the locket up?
we found some bodies.
Oh shit. Yeah.
We did find some bodies. With the amount of people that are missing, it is so clear this is not a one-man job. Either it was Salad, but he had backup, or it was Salad with whoever else on the inside or something.
Reginald, do you hold up the locket?
Yes, that's what I've been doing for like 10 minutes.
He's just standing there.
They're paying attention to
He's
Mavis
just
and all
there.
them, but then the second you hold up that locket, their eyes shoot towards you, and the little girl who's holding
no.
Van Kelm's finger, she just stares at it like, "That's Mama's."
Oh.
She just starts crying.
Binge is
Well,
on now.
from the ones that we had found.
Okay, can Eric roll something for the little girl?
For what?
For like, I don't know, charisma, persuasion, like.
Probably charisma if you're going to calm her
Yeah,
down.
calm her
or
down.
something.
Sorry, 19.
You start to see the little girl just ball up with tears and ease into a cry.
Can Eric snatch the locket?
Yeah, I was gonna say, can I catch his eye, maybe throw it to him or something?
Okay, so
I don't
Eric.
really fucking use it.
Okay, so Eric snatches the locket from him, and he sort of gets down to the little girl's level, and he goes, "Hey, I can tell you're a strong little kid." And he sort of gives her the locket, and he's like, "Can you be strong for your mother as well?" He's like, "I know your mother's not here, but I know any mother would want their little girl to be strong in any situation like this."
And go fucking beat up Salad.
no revenge.
The little girl looks at you as she basically buries her face in Van Kelm's hand, but she looks at you once you offer the locket, and she goes, "Okay."
And Eric puts the locket and curls it up in her hand, and he says, "Remember to be good and be strong."
And brush your teeth in each of it.
Yeah. And he looks at Frankel and he's sort of like, "You're in safe hands. We're your family."
Coming to town.
Yeah.
She nods her head and she's like, She doesn't really want to talk, and she just takes the locket and holds it close, and she's still having tears running down her
Eric
face.
sort of smiles and sort of give a little cheek thing, "You're gonna be a good kid."
Okay.
Okay. Whistles at her.
Mavis is just whistling, waiting.
Well, I certainly hope she
Okay,
holds
I
up
need
better
to-
than her mother.
One last thing, I look at Frankel and I go over to Fennec. Eric takes off his brown tattered cloak, and he sort of is it a little whoosh 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 whoosh, and then he puts it down over the body so the body is covered.
As you lay your cloak over Fennec's corpse, you all hear heavy footfalls, and in comes Scorin with his son and
No, it's
scouts.
just Binge.
Van Kelm, we have a problem! We are already aware. No, the Royals. They know of our location. They've executed magic users in the square, left them hanging. The prince is taking the lead.
I want to roll for insight on this bitch. I don't fucking care.
Okay.
I am gonna. Where is insight? I forget every time. 3. Okay. Do you want to roll insight with me?
Okay, I'll roll it with you, girl.
Oh.
Insight, okay, I'm sure.
I'm
Ready?
Mavis, you
Insight.
fucking
It's okay, neighbours. We got this, girl. We got this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, boy. Okay.
There you go. Eric's like patting your face. It's okay, girl. It's okay.
Reminds me of Homestuck.
From your point of view, neighbors, you don't really trust them because of the whole werewolf shtick. It's hard to tell if they're telling the truth or not. Eric, they're genuine as the clear day.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Eric's like, hey,
No,
your
no.
health potion.
They're lying. They are up to no good. Navis is stepping back a little bit. She is in.
The other scout speaks up and they say they plan to attack at sundown. We must evacuate everyone now.
It's a trap.
What do you think? Everyone's a trap.
It's a fucking trap. I fucking.
Okay. Eric looks at the werewolves and he's like, you doing okay? Did the health potion work? He sort of like looks very nervously smiling. Please don't kill me. I guess it healed. You good?
Erebor doesn't really say anything. He just kind of nods.
And so
He
Eric
doesn't. It's not like a. How would I explain it? It's not like a. Ooh, I'm pompous, so I'm not going to talk to you. It's a more so like he is just kind of behind his father, so
Okay.
he's not really going to be like, ooh, let me interject and talk about how great I'm doing.
Yeah,
It's
no.
like, not
Eric
good.
just puts his thumbs up and he's like, okay.
It's like a speak when spoken to sort of thing.
Oh
Aw.
yes, he a good man.
You let your son speak.
Eric's just dancing around.
While this is happening, Grindel leaves the hall and walks down into Van Kelm's room. All around you, everyone was in a panic. You see them already rushing to gather their belongings, packing up carriages that sat unused the entirety of your stay here, taking food, medicine, anything they could find. Van Kelm talking to his scouts, stress starting to set in.
I'm gonna follow
Is
Grindel.
anyone leaving any valuable things behind? Can I, like, loot shit?
Oh god, don't loot shit.
I don't got shit.
Oh my god, Brim starts going through Fennec's body. He's
No!
like,
Dude, I blew
Oh!
that shit up.
I already had that
But
idea
Barney,
earlier.
just like just the area, you know, since we're abandoning it.
Yeah, can I
Alright,
check on
scouring.
Grindel? He's lost his
No,
boyfriend.
get out of here. This is my
No.
mom. Get out of here.
Bitch,
Get out of here.
bitch, we need to
Bitch.
help. We need to help.
No,
Give the man some alone
I
time.
need
Jesus
to
Christ.
Just
I need
Just
to
watch his
We
fucking
need to
lover
ask.
ascend into the
we
heavens.
need to, okay, we need to ask what we need.
What did you say?
he just watched his fucking lover ascend into the heavens. Me too.
I'll give you options. You can follow Grindel. You can talk to Scorn or Van Kelm, or you can talk to Erebor, or you can talk to anyone here. Like, you can fucking take shit like what Brim wants to do.
I just want to know what we need to, and if
Can I bother
Grindel,
Fennec's corpse?
don't
Yeah.
you fucking,
Can I talk to these boys? Can I talk to the werewolf boys?
You can, yes.
Hello.
okay, I'll talk to
Okay.
fucking Van Kelm first.
Okay, so Brim is talking to the werewolf boys, and Eric is going to talk to Van Kelm. Nabus is going to talk to Grindel.
I
Reginald.
swear to God, I'm not looting him.
Can Eric put his,
What?
Can I get, like, his fucking knife on
Just pull
Grindel?
his arms off.
Just fucking steals his arm and runs away with it?
If you're gonna rip his arms off, you both have to roll strength.
Okay, I'm rolling strength. I'm ripping your arms off.
His arms off.
Reginald.
Just the one, or like both of them?
Just
Both
stop
of them.
looting.
Both.
I don't get you. Don't fucking loot bodies.
I'm not looting him!
You
Okay,
said
yeah, don't loot Finnick. That's not a good thing.
I'm prodding him!
Don't probe. Nothing.
Fine!
Wait, did I get that right? Hold on.
16, you
roll
ain't taking
for
my arms
archaeology?
today, buddy boy!
But wait, hold on.
Hold on.
Add 4.
Okay, there you go.
Well, you failed either way. You turn around for a brief second, Eric, to see this little rascally skeleton leaning down, lifting up the cloaked Russell, and you grab his arm, ready to pull it off.
I just like sticking my fingers into open wounds. Jesus fucking Christ!
You're disgusting.
You try to rip his arms off, but he's just like, Bagam, thought!
Eric's like, what the fuck, man?
Grindel leaves the scene, and you see Naveless
Did you
chase
say
Nablus.
Nablus?
Naveless. Maybe it's Naveless.
Maybe it's nameless.
You see Grindel leave the room, and Nabus chase after him. Eric, you approach Van Kelm, while Brim, you sort of take a deep breath, and you be ballsy enough to approach the werewolves. Nabus, you descend the stairs, and while you descend the stairs, you hear rustling from inside the room, and when you get to the bottom, you see Grindel has already equipped his golden blades to his belt, and he's gathering belongings that would hang from his desk, and he's rustling around throwing shit out of the way. He doesn't even give a shit. He's making this room a mess. And from your point of view, it looks like he's searching for something in a frantic and angry manner.
What you looking for?
It's gone. The Callous sphere is gone.
Oh.
Why
well,
didn't you
that's
put that in somewhere that had better security?
We did! Oh, you fucked up!
We're done!
We're down!
Panic in his voice. Oh my god. Ooh, where was it?
Locked in a case that was hidden in this room, and I don't understand how he would have found it because he never saw where he... And he just slams his fist on the desk.
Okay, she kind of like waddles close. Again, she's nonchalant. That's just her. And she walks up and she's like, this is why I was saying there's probably somebody on the inside. And I'm not invalidating whatever, your boyfriend just died, I understand. But let's take in some logic here a little bit. Just simmer down. So there's nobody else that would know the Callous sphere and, where it would be and stuff, except for a handful of people in this place. Right?
Yes.
Right. So, that's another part of the evidence is that there's somebody on the inside that's part of this. And we need to be careful about who we trust.
He's like, Mavis, look around. And he points to his desk, seeing the glittering stone. The gargoyle is gone. The prince is gone. If he had inside intel, he had gargoyles involved as well.
Well, yeah, you brought one in.
Yes, but I thought it was dead.
Well,
It's stone, it can't be
obviously
dead.
not.
He sort of turns away from you, resting his elbows on the desk, just, covering his face with his palms, just trying to relax. Now we gotta fucking leave because of this stupid son of a bitch.
Or another stupid son of a bitch.
Fair point. But either way.
Grindel, I'm not trying to say that it's not salad, but like I said, we just need to be careful about who we trust, and we need to go into our decisions with a steady mind and not one clouded by one's emotions, I suppose.
He's just done so much things, it's easy to point to him.
Absolutely, and I definitely think he was part of it, but I don't think he was alone. I don't even think it was just him and the gargoyle. It's too big of a situation to be just two individuals, or an individual and a monster. Just take my word for it. Just be wary. I'll back you up, but I'm not... I can't get myself killed over other people's decisions. That's not how I live. I'll help you figure it out, but just know where I'm at.
I understand. I'll keep that in mind. Sometimes I haven't felt like this in so long, and when my emotions get the better of me, I can be stubborn, clouded. I'm sorry. I'm going to go and get us some carriages and horses from a fence I know. Okay?
All right. Well, what do you want us to do?
I don't know. Just prepare to evacuate, help as many people as you can, pack as many resources, I suppose. I don't really know. I'll be back before you know it.
Do you have a plan of where we're gonna go?
No, I do not.
Okay. I'm trying to think about how to present this. Can I roll for intelligent to think of a place if I were for accents?
You can certainly try, but at this rate, with you trying to think of something, Grindel is making his way to leave.
Hear me out. I understand that he's about to leave, but Navis has connections to factions that she was a part of. She's a faction agent. So, and in the faction agent background, it says I have like inside to like underground things and hideouts and stuff like that.
Let's see. Let's go wisdom.
Man, I have the lowest mod in that. I got a 12 plus 1, 13.
You stand there as Grindel sort of tries to collect himself. You're trying to think of before you entered Cravendale if you had any connections here. Here you have no connections. Every faction you knew is not in this city. In another place, you could probably offer places to stay, or maybe where they can be accepted, but at this current time, no name comes to you, and by the time you're like, I may know a place, but I can't remember the name, Grindel just firmly places his hand on your shoulder, and he's like, let me know if you figure out anything, but I really need to go. And he walks past you.
Damn it, I can't think any harder.
Now it's Brim and Eric.
Okay. Yeah. I'm just asking Van Cal what we need to help and what I can do to help him and stuff.
Okay. Van Kelm speaks to Scorn, but quickly turns away for a moment to reply to you, Eric, and he says, just get to as many people as you can, assist them, wrap up anything, load up the carriages, get men, women, children, anyone ready. Just gather as many people as you can and as many resources, okay?
Okay.
Brim, what are you doing?
I am speaking to the
Just
voice.
dang bang.
Oh!
Suggesting beginning.
What do you say? Who do you speak to specifically in the werewolf group, and what do you say?
Well, Erebor seems to be a little shy, so I'm gonna let him stand behind there. I kind of look at him for a second. I'm like, okay. I guess I'll talk to Scorn. I want to know, like, fucking how many people there are, and like what the hell the prince looks like. Because last time I saw him, he was getting his ass beat, and he was like almost dead. So like, how the fuck is he like walking around and like okay enough to be outside like executing people? You know?
Right. Eric sort of like looks like, who's been beat up? What, when, why?
Oh yeah, Brim, they hear you.
Yeah,
You're
Eric can
explaining
hear
it.
you.
Yeah, old man, Navis isn't there. Fuck! Come on.
Grim, what the fuck happened?
So I'm like a little uneasy for a second, but I'll
Yeah, because I'm pretty big.
Scorin looks down at you, and he's like, and Jake, you can add on to this if you so choose. It's improv, but yep.
Erebor doesn't know salad. They're like, what happened to salad? And Erebor is like, why are we fighting a salad? Why are we fighting lettuce?
Dude, we're fighting vegetables. Prince Salad, the fucking cauliflower's on the inside, dude.
Yeah.
We're fighting vegetables.
Cauliflower?
Yeah, the evil cauliflower.
Scorin looks down at you, Brim, and he says, it seems he returned back to his castle in the late hours of night. His mother and father alerted the authorities and the other guardsmen. How he's walking around is beyond me, but his face is pretty badly beaten. Swollen eye, busted lip, the whole thing.
It looks good on it.
But he has gathered other guardsmen. We have no idea. We assume he snatched them from here. He did drag people through the city and hanged them in front of the live audience.
Jesus Christ.
How many?
3, 4. The rest were taken off to the dungeon to await their execution date. They haven't been removed like usual. It's like they're leaving them there on the tree as a warning.
Oh, we took them down.
Well, fuck, if there's people in the dungeon, there are fucking people. Don't you think that maybe we should, like, you know...
Nope.
Really?
Nope. Nope.
Help them?
Little imp, as much as I would love to rescue the fellow Black Market residents, it would be a suicide mission if we
I want to roll
were
insight
enter.
on that.
Okay.
I'll roll insight too, why not?
Oh, Princey! I forgot! You're alive!
Oh my
He's a good boy.
He's chasing me
But you
down.
should heal his paw, Eric.
I can't heal though.
I am not rolling these dice anymore.
Hold on, I got you, fam.
Please get me. Please
I hope
get
I got you.
me. Please, please, please.
Yeah. He's a good boy, Princey.
When he says this to you, he leans down and gets really in your face. His tone doesn't shift to any clues that he's lying. He's still being stern. He's still being serious.
I want to look for if he's, like, not necessarily lying, but if he's genuine about his emotions.
Oh, like if he's willing
What
to
he's-
change his mind, possibly.
No, well, no, if he's genuine about what he's feeling. So, like, you can say something and it be true, but you don't have to, like, feel the way you're portraying.
From your angle, it's kind of hard to tell with Scorin. He is like a stone-faced fellow. For someone who's not human, he's somewhat genuine that he does want to save these people that he has protected for so long.
And for the record, I'm not for saving them because I think it would be suicide. So I'm not
Well,
in
I
disrespect
think if
with
we're
them.
gonna be, like, taking revenge on Salad, and
No.
Well, right now we're just getting
Well,
out of here so that we can
yeah.
formulate a plan.
Reginald, what are you doing?
I'm sorry, I
Reginald,
died
get
on the
floor.
floor over there.
Reginald is empathizing with Fennec right now.
I know how you feel.
Where's the little girl? I've got something to give.
You approach the little girl, and what do you give her?
Okay. So I look down at it, and I'm like, hey, I've got something that might help you through this stressful situation. And he pulls out the music box, and he sort of like winds it up, and he goes, don't ask where I got this from, but I believe it's from a castle, and princesses and princes live in it. And obviously the music box plays like a little, and he hands it over, and he goes, so whenever you feel stressed, just play this. So he gives her like a little music box to help her cope.
She is sitting on a box now. She has sort of walked away from Van Calma. As the grown-ups are talking now,
That's sad.
she looks at you with such pitiful eyes. She seems so hopeless, so lost and confused. And she is at a very young age, from what you can tell. She takes the music box from your hand as she just listens to it, wipes her eye again with a sniffle, forces a smile at you, and she goes, "Thank you."
Yeah, it's like smiling. It's okay.
Can she be like Eric's like endgame adopted daughter?
Oh. And Eric's just like, so whenever you get stressed and you feel sad, just wind this up. Wind up all your problems and let go and listen. And listen until all your worries fade away.
She nods her head, still smiling, very weakly, but she's still smiling, appreciating these warm gestures from this man that she barely even knows. She's only seen you around the black market here and there, but her mom hasn't really allowed her to approach you because her mom was very protective. If only, I think the only people she would have really gotten to talk to on occasion was Grindel and Fennec, and maybe pet the dog here and there. But you are unknown territory to her, so she's kind of distant, but she's very appreciative. Completely accepts it and smiles at you.
And Eric, I don't know if this is a little traumatizer if I roll something, but so Eric sort of like bends his two thumbs, and he's like, "Do you want to see a magic trick?"
Magic trick?
Yeah. And so he attaches the two thumbs together, and he sort of like pretends that he's pulling his thumb away from the other one. So he's like, he goes, "Ooh."
She stares, and her little round face sort of becomes very confused. If you guys want to roll for, let's say, roll d20 plus strength to see if you can do the heavy lifting, see how much was really packed away during this day.
Can I loot shit too?
Yes, you
Oh my
can.
God.
Roll investigation.
Yes,
Also-
looting, my
Alright,
favorite
this-
thing in the world.
Nat 20, Brim!
I already know what's up. Why do I keep rolling this dice?
I got a nat
The
22.
little imp is stronger than me.
Oh god, you both got Nat 20s.
Eric's just like staring as like this little imp and this skinny skeleton is like lifting up shit, and Eric's just there like he just like tries to pick something up, and he like heads back, and he's like, "Fuck off."
Brim, you end up going like around as your questions were answered by the werewolves. You go off to your own business, Pip staying close by you and the rats. And with people busy packing away the carriages that are available until Grindel comes back with more, you start to open the boxes, push open the lids, and start to scoop up a few artifacts and gold. Maybe a little bit too much for your own usefulness, but you end up nabbing a good 100 gold from someone's poor fucking earnings.
Hell yeah, boy. Give me these things, boy.
You get a potion of healing, a small quartz. Why did I write this? You find a small erotica book.
Oh!
Eric's like, "Give me that."
No, fuck you, man. That's
Give
fine.
me that. Give
It's
me
the
it.
most valuable thing on my...
Give me.
Reginald, you find a diamond.
Oh my lord.
You also find leftover food that has still an enchanting glow to it. Don't know if you can eat that though.
Not really.
You find a magical scroll. You don't know what the magic is. And finally you find 100 gold too.
What's the diamond worth?
Diamond is worth just a little bit more than the one you took from the shop. It's worth about 1,000.
Okay. I have to keep a count going for how many diamonds I have.
What did you do, Nabis?
What?
Are you helping like with the settlers?
I rolled a 2.
You see an old lady. She's like, "Hello, can you help me?" And he's like, "Yeah, I can help you, old lady." You pick up the box and you hear it.
She has a bad back. She broke her hip once.
Eric, you do the same, and you help out a bunch of people load up their wagons, and it's by I say roughly a few hours pass by.
Can I think again? Can I think again after these few hours?
Yeah.
And think of where we can go.
The day darkens, with the sun drifting out of sight. Hours prepping and loading up wagons, carriages, anything the market had in such a short notice. People started to take off through the large tunnel that did allow entry to new sellers. Simply now, it was your only escape. Grindel made sure to see Princey loaded up into the back of the wagon, as well as Fenix's wrapped up body, to give him a proper burial.
Can I go with Princey? I want my dog.
You want to go with Princey?
Yeah. Can I sit at the back of the wagon with Princey on my lap?
Yeah, you could. I was actually going to ask where you guys were.
Yes, I'm on the back of the wagon with Princey on my lap.
That should do it. Everyone on board, come on. Anyone not on a carriage or wagon, you get your own horse, or you're walking. Van Kam announced.
Wait, where's Grindel? I want to sit with Grindel. I call dibs.
Okay, I'm with the dog.
So everyone, what are you guys going to do? Are you sitting on a horse or are you getting in the carriage?
I'm too good to walk. I'll get in the carriage.
Reginald, I'm sorry I pulled you off your arms. Come sit with Daddy.
I'll go sit with Eric, but I'll be very angry about it.
Yay.
You've lost my favor.
I specifically would like to sit with Grindel. Or near.
Grindel's on his own horse.
Well, I will sit on the back of his ass. I'll take a horse if I can get one.
Can I become a bird again?
You just fly.
You want to become a bird? Okay.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Pip is going to try and fly with you.
The rats are
that's
just like on the
right.
ground.
Is Pip able to fly? Will he be okay?
He's still learning, so he's gonna struggle.
Maybe I shouldn't then. I don't want Pip to like... Actually, maybe this will be a good learning experience for him.
Okay, so Brim is going to fly, and Pip is going to try to follow with the best of his abilities. Eric is hopping on the back of a carriage with Princey. Reginald, so you in the back of the carriage with Eric. Grindel's on a horse. Nabus, you get your own horse too. Van Kam is in the front seat of a carriage, while Skorin and Erebol follow beside them. So, you leave through the tunnel looking up at the night sky filled with stars. Up in the trees along the outer wall, you could see the large werewolf scout standing guard and watching the area. Skorin walked alongside one of the carriages. Beside him, his son, you met earlier. Far behind, following the whole group, was an army of rats, mice, any rodents that caught wind of Brim. They followed his fucking trail.
Yo, we don't gotta fucking worry about food anymore, boys. We're set.
I am not eating rats and squirrels.
Why are there all of these rodents?
Grindel, his horse trotting alongside him, he goes, "He summoned my god and got unlucky.
So now he has rodents.
It seems."
I want to make a friend. Can I have one as a friend?
I will kill them.
Skorin, walking alongside Van Kam's carriage, he says, "Maybe we can set up camp once we're far enough from the walls of the city. I will explore for a suitable area. My son will take watch here, then join me afterwards. Thank you, Skorin. We will think about our next step once we have less stress in our minds." Van Kam replied to his trusty ally, seeing him rushing off, a howl echoing through the dark trees. The young man remained walking alongside the carriage. Nabus, as you sit on your horse and follow alongside this traveling camp, you start to think, and you sort of get a memory of your last, I guess, safe haven with your faction. It wasn't pretty, but it was a good enough hideout to keep you and your guild safe.
Can I offer that to Grindel?
Sure, you could. You could offer it to Grindel, you can offer it to Van Kam, anyone.
I'll offer it to Grindel first because we're just closer. My horse trots over to Grindel and I talk about the location and offer it.
Grindel listens to you propose this idea of the safe haven. He turns his head to you, his face tucked into his cloak a little bit as it is getting a bit cold now, and he nods his head saying, "That's a good start. We have at least an idea of where to go if we can't think of anywhere else, but it's quite a distance, Nabus."
Yes, but on the way there, we could stop a few places. I think it also would be good, and we would be hard to track if we kept moving. But I understand if you want to go back to eliminate, those threats, and you want to save those people, though I think it's a poor choice.
As of right now, All my concern is getting away from this hellhole.
I respect that, and I am with that, actually. When we reach that destination, it will be harder to track. Especially if we take a little detours, maybe, I don't know. Kind of confuse whoever's could be trailing behind us.
Right. Well, thank you for informing me.
I just thought I would offer it. I'm not running this place, you are.
I'm not running it either.
Well, yeah, you're not really, but you're partly running it, if you had to be honest.
I'm just Van Kelm's common sense.
I like that saying. I'm Van Kelm's common sense. Well, she nods and she's like, okay, well, I get it, but you're the guy people kind of come to.
He nods his head in respect. He's not able to smile. He's still in such a foul mood. But he's trying his best to keep a conversation going. Brim, you fly above, and you hear the odd cry of Pip here and there as he's flapping rampantly. He's trying to keep up and stay elevated, but he is slowly descending.
Oh no.
He does end up landing on top of one of the carriages that is covered by a cloth.
He just lands in Eric's face. It's
After like a thump.
Eric's like petting the dog or something. There's like a fucking bat in his face.
How long did he fly for?
He flew for a good, I say roughly 3 or 4 miles.
That's good enough in my book. Can I like swoop down, like give him a little mouse or something?
Sure.
As a little treat?
You swoop down and you snatch a mouse from the army and you sort of just pass it to him and he just snatches it.
Erebor's just like, I can hear them screaming.
Oh no.
Yes, they can scream more.
Princey does end up falling asleep on you, Eric,
Yes.
with his paw wrapped up in a little bandage now.
I'm just like scratching his head.
Reginald, a few of your cultists have been abducted during this situation, so you've lost a few, but a few still remain, and they're just sitting with you.
Do I need to have another performance?
Maybe.
Don't worry, Reginald. I will always have your
Lizzie,
back.
ow!
I will always leave it the deep ones.
Eric's like, okay, if you're talking about cult, get off.
No, he's not talking about the cult this time. He's talking about the deep ones and how they're gonna kill everyone.
I don't want to hear it.
How charming!
You start to speak up. It doesn't really flow well, like your last big spiel, and half of them just turn away, just so distraught that they've lost their families and they're losing their home, and they're probably gonna die.
Well, if you die, you can serve the deep ones.
At this rate, Erebor has stayed by your carriage's side, keeping watch to the best of his abilities, but soon after he does part and rushes off into the darkness. Hours have passed by on the road. The snow once again began to fall, but much more heavier. The wind whistled through the trees, making the flakes of snow hit your bare faces. In the distance, a howl could be heard, and there stood a large beast in the road. Looks like we finally have a camp for tonight. The wagon turned to follow the beast to a well-hidden lakeside patch. People felt nervous seeing this massive werewolf walk alongside them. Hell, they were even nervous seeing the entire scouts in the wolf form keeping a watchful eye. But they removed themselves from the carriage with help of Scorin, Grindel jumping from his horse and walked over to the back of a carriage where Princey slept on Ewer. You see his hand gently brush down the canine's head before his eyes do glance towards Fennec's covered up body. Few people that followed from the market assist in removing the corpse and begin to walk it to a good enough resting spot. This was Grindel's time to give him a decent grave. Who knew if he would get another chance?
Oh, did we take the body?
Yes, you did.
Oh, damn. Oh, well.
Van Kelm helps the others set up a fire to warm up to. After Van Kelm helps setting up the fire, he also leaves too to stop by the grave. What are you guys going to do?
Can I go with my husband?
You go to your husband? What is everyone else doing?
Is my cult just following me around?
They're just sitting down right now because it is like snowing now. It's really cold, so they're just sitting.
Eric doesn't have his cape. He's gonna be shivering.
Oh,
Eric doesn't. He gave his cape, so he's watching his cape get buried.
I have hellish ancestry, so I'm never cold.
So yeah, so
I
Eric's
have
sort of,
no
like,
skin, so I'm not cold either.
Everyone's basically staying close to the fire, wrapping themselves up to stay warm, so they're not really paying attention to you right now. Reginald,
I'm going to wander then.
Where are we exactly?
you are in the hidden patch near the lakeside that Scorin and Erebor found, so you're at the camp right now.
I'm gonna roll for perception, because why not?
Yeah, I kind of want to like explore and.
Yeah, that's kind of like what I had. Nat 20.
Nat 20.
Why don't I get nat 20s when it fucking matters? Like, Jesus fucking Christ.
From where you are, Reginald, you see this place is kind of nicely hidden. The castle you can barely fucking make out in the distance. You've come a long way since the walls of the city. You notice this place has deer tracks in the dirt, so this might be a very good place for hunting. In the lakeside, you can make out fish jumping out of the waters.
Friends!
Can we just cast him out? I do not want all these rodents near me.
Excuse me, you're gonna let me die in the freezing cold?
Maybe, can I go
fine.
talk to Brim about his rats?
You can talk to Brim.
Hello.
Eric and Navis, what do you want to do?
Okay,
I want to watch.
can I roll a perception just to see what's going on and stuff, like how Van Kelm is looking and how Grindel is looking, I guess. Is that perception?
Yeah, perception.
Okay, so
I have a question, DM.
Yes.
I forget their names. I know Score and I keep Erebor?
Erebor.
Erebor? Oh. What are they doing?
They're just chilling, watching.
Are they really?
Yeah, they're watching.
Can I roll insight against my own DM?
No.
Why?
You cannot roll insight against God.
You. Whatever. I can question God.
God will fucking smite you.
Okay, fine. I'll just stand here. No, I'll use. I guess I'll use perception. I mean,
So, Eric.
I roll 22.
I landed on a 15,
Okay.
and I think I have +1.
You both stand there. Eric is shivering as he holds his arms. Van Kelm and Grindel and a few other campers do bury Fennec there. And it's quick. It's not something that they want to bury a fucking 6-foot hole. They're respectful but quick. And soon enough, within a few minutes, they're laying him to rest. You see, he has now been buried, and Van Kelm just rests his hand on Grindel's shoulder as Grindel keeps himself entirely covered in his cloak with his head down. Van Kelm's face is filled with sorrow, but he's trying to keep a strong leadership.
He's my babe. He's my strong boy.
Grindel, on the other hand, has anger in his eyes as he is tearing up, but he just wipes them away as he just remains quiet. Van Kelm pats him on the shoulder and walks away.
Can I say something to her?
You certainly try.
Can I roll for charisma then?
What are you doing and what are you going to say?
Okay. Eric sort of like makes himself aware. Hey, and still shivering, so his like teeth are sort of like clattering, and goes, it's not nice burying anyone, is it? He's obviously shit at talking, but he doesn't know how to make conversation, so he's like, I'm sorry for your loss. It's not nice burying anyone. I can't imagine what you're going through.
It was all I had left.
Eric sort of like looks at Nabis and himself and he goes, well,
Oh,
You
she's
have-
giving you the eye. She's like, don't take my man.
he's like, well, you have me and Nabis and Reginald and Brim. You're not alone.
I appreciate that, Eric, but when you have so many people in a room, you can also feel so alone.
Oh, Eric looks down at the floor and he sort of,
MySpace post.
yeah,
Shut the fuck up, neighbors!
He's like, yeah, I understand that. When I was 10, I had to bury my own parents. And he sort of looks and he goes, at that moment I felt no one was there to protect me anymore. And he sort of like looks at Grindel and he says, but I found people and they were nice. I know how that feels. It feels terrible. You feel this pit in your stomach and you want to push everyone away, even though there's people all around you and they're saying, we're here for you, but you don't feel like they are. And he just sort of like messes with his hand and stuff and he's still like shivering, moves aside his hair and he sort of shows off his earrings. And he says, when my parents got married, they never wore wedding rings. They turned their rings into earrings. And when they passed, I took both of them. They're all I have left of them, only memories. As I get older, the more I forget about them, the more their smiles fade. And he sort of looks at Grindel and he's like, I wouldn't wish you to forget anyone. I can tell that Fennec was close to you. And he looks at neighbours, indicates to neighbours to like step in, like...
Grindel glances at you when you show him your earrings. He listens very closely with the twitch of his ear, occasionally. And, he nods his head with his face being tucked more into his collar. And he says, I'm sorry for your loss. I just need time to heal. I'm sure I'll recover. I always do. I just want to be left alone right now, Eric.
Eric sort of looks at Grindel and he sort of like gives a sad look and he says, the thing is, Grindel, we will never recover. We just learn to adapt and we learn to move on. And he says, the feelings, the emptiness, that pit in your stomach, it's just moving on, learning to cope, learning the right strategies. Can you put a hand on Grindel?
Yeah.
Like on his shoulder. I'm sorry that this will forever be a scar on your mind, but we will adapt, we will learn. I hope that Fennec will be a good memory, rather than you just remembering his death. Remember those good times you had with him.
Thank you.
Alright, I need that fire. And so he sort of like shuffles over towards the fire.
He glances over at you, shuffling away, knowing that maybe he's gonna have to give you a cloak when he gathers his thoughts alone, but...
He, like, makes a mental note.
I'm sorry,
Give
I got
Eric a coat.
I'm sorry.
Navis, when you first met Grindel and throughout your small relationship with Grindel, you've noticed his eyes have been distrusting when he first met you, but they slowly warmed up to you and they had hope in them. And for once, when he glances at you, you see nothing. You just see hollow. He doesn't feel anything.
Hello everyone, it's me, Christine.
So he's like numb now. He's empty.
He's very numb.
Well, yeah, I mean, stage of degree. Navis, she's not super personable, very distant, but, she looks at Grindel and hopefully makes eye contact with him and says, Takor Mosor Jahali Jahil? She says it better than I did, but basically what she's saying is, may his spirit live long. Just kind of something deep, But she just says that, and if he wants to be alone, or if he wants to walk away, or if he wants to respond, that's on him. She's just kind of says it as a respect thing.
He replies back to you in Elvish, and he bows his head, basically thanking you. But he does turn away from you, and continues to stare at the grave, signifying he does want to be left alone.
Oh yeah, she figures, so she walks away. Let's meet up with Eric, hey! Hey buddy, I really liked your words.
I'm not there right now. At the moment, we're putting hats on possums.
Yes.
Yes!
I hope you know, Angel,
As
there's
he
a
cast
new,
it out
there's
into
new
the
pet.
bushes.
Hang on, what? So many people are talking at once.
I'm sorry, go ahead. I interrupted.
We have a new pet. His name is Deathbringer.
Deathbringer?
What did you think me and Grim were doing?
So Reginald has adopted a possum?
Yeah, look at him. He's a chubby bubby boy.
He is really cute, actually.
Oh my god, you sent him in the group.
And he has a little fez hat.
Okay, I'll allow it. You have now acquired Deathbringer.
Navis is sitting across from Brim with all his rodents and is just glaring with this dead-ass look. She is completely not happy with the presence of her rodent. By abundance right now.
Can I make Deathbringer wave at her with his little paw?
Yes.
Eric's just like...
You know, Reginald, I'm glad somebody appreciates my rodents.
I
God.
think that
No. It's not that I don't appreciate them. It's that I fucking despise them.
Grim, you hear Pip going like a cat, and you look over and you see him hack up a fucking skeleton of a rat.
Okay. No, this needs to be out of the camp.
I'm like, oh, that's so cute. And I give him a little pet.
No, this needs to be out of the camp. I can't.
But Navis, look at Deathbringer. Look at how sweet he is.
That's what you sound like.
As you guys bicker. The little girl that Eric has given the music box to has been relatively attached to Van Kelm. Does like shuffle over to him like in a sheepish manner and lay her head on his lap to fall asleep. And he does comfort her, laying a simple cloak over her to keep her warm.
Is it Zaddy? Zaddy?
Eric sort of looks over and he sort of like smiles as the girl is with Van Kelm. Eric sort of chuckled a bit and he goes, I never saw you as a parental figure.
Well, I guess I could say the same to you. It was hard when I actually had a child, but it's a lot more easier now with experience.
You had a kid?
Yes, I did indeed once. I had a daughter.
Eric sort of looks worried and he's like, is she still in the picture? Like dead nervous and like...
He clears his throat, rubbing the back of his neck a little bit, and he's like, she is... She'd be a fully grown woman by now. I haven't seen her since she was a baby. But, I did, how you say, cut a long story short, I did a lot of bad things when I was a young man, and I was on death's doorstep, and a beautiful, angelic woman came to save me, and things happened, and we had a child. The woman of the sea, I would call her. Her beautiful daughter took so much of her. She took my eyes, that was about it. But she did not belong on land, and after a while, she left me and took my daughter with.
Oh, I'm sorry you had to go through that.
It's fine. It's, the kind of dating a nymph, I suppose.
But Eric sort of looks at the little girl, and he looks at Van Kelm. Well, it seems this little girl needs you more than ever.
It seems to be so.
He looks at the girl and he goes, you still got the music box? Remember what I said?
She's drowsy as she opens her eyes, and she cracks a little smile like, eh. And she reveals underneath the pelt she is still holding it.
Eric smiles and he's like, good. He's like, he pets Princey.
Princey is a happy boy.
Yeah, good boy.
You feel relatively warm to the fire. Scorin is still taking watch of the camp with his son beside him. He is leaning his back against the tree with his arms folded tightly. He looks to his son and he says, what do you suggest? Do you think any of them will follow?
Follow what, exactly?
The track of rat shit. We gotta make sure that we're not found by you-know-who.
I mean, quite honestly, I don't really care. He can find us, he cannot. If he finds us, then we kill him. It's simple, realistically. I mean, I don't see why we're not going after him in the first place. If we find him and we kill him, then everything's over. Or so I would presume.
That's what I'm saying.
You have to know when to attack a weak animal. By itself is easy, but with others it can be a little bit more complicated, son.
And yet here we stand as the only two left after following those plans.
I told you we will leave once we have ground.
We will leave with no kingdom, with no people, and that thing, whatever he is, if he's a human or if he's some enchanting gorgon or some shit, he will most likely live.
Whatever that little shit is, we will deal with him. Trust me, Erebor, we will wipe clean that life form, and we will gather our forces again. We will no longer be the last two, and I can assure you that. I promise you that it's just going to take time.
And time it will take. I am sure of that.
You just gotta have patience, my son.
Well, I guess that is the only thing we must have right now, seeing as we are in the middle of nowhere.
We can't keep traveling. They're not like us. They will freeze to death. And you know that as well as I.
Not really. Half of them are fucking demons, so half of them could keep walking. Half of them could probably march their way into that castle and kill them themselves.
Yes, I'm sure of that, but you never know. Even the most strongest can fall.
He just kind of nods. He's like, mm-hmm. Interesting. What foreshadowing is this?
Do you wish to take watch, or do you want to scout?
I'll watch. If you want to scout ahead, that's fine.
Very well. I'll return soon enough. Grindel has returned, and Eric, you just have a cloak thrown on you as he passes by. And it's kind of thick. Has a nice fur collar.
It's his cock. I'm sorry. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, he has a furry cock, apparently.
Wow! I mean, back in that day, did they really shave?
Who has a furry cock? What?
Oh my god.
Eric jumped when Grindel threw the cloak on him because he didn't expect like a huge heavy cloak to be thrown. And then he looks at Grindel, he says, "Oh, thanks." And he sort of wrapped himself in his cloak, but he's still like shivering because it's taking his time for the body to heat up.
Grindel sits himself down by the campfire, keeping himself wrapped up in his cloak, his maroon eyes staring down at the dancing flames. It was quiet all aside from the slight crackling of wood, the fire burning hot, and sizzling of meat cooking. "What's the plan now?" a random settler speaks up.
What plan? We never had a plan to begin with. We just ran.
Eric says, "Do you have any place to go? Is this all we're gonna do is run?"
We can probably find another city. Just keep traveling the road until we find something suitable. We can buy a property and make shop there. Grindel then speaks up.
Navis did suggest a city, but it's going to be 2 weeks' travel. They know some people there, and I could perhaps suggest another place we can head to if that is a problem. It may be a risk, but we could gather better transportation than just these carriages.
And what is this place that Nabus and you are proposing? You can make up a name on the spot if you wish, Nabus.
Jimble Rimble.
I know that guy.
Avalon.
Nabus, you answer with Avalon. When Van Count looks to Grindel to say the name of his place, Grindel sort of hesitates, but he spits out the words, Palace Theoden. Palace Theoden? What is this place?
It's a dead city, but they had better transportation. If we were to travel to Navis's place, if we gathered transportation from Palace Theoden, we would cut our time short.
Oh.
Instead of 2 weeks, we'd probably get there a maximum of...
And like I said, I wasn't opposed to detours. I mean, if we are being tracked by whatever, any law enforcement, we could certainly throw them off. We need to take that into consideration, at least.
As you all are starting to talk about a plan of where to set up shop, where to get better transportation, you hear footsteps as they approach, and when you look, the fire illuminates Erebor approaching the campfire.
Oh, hey, bitch.
What is it you're all talking about?
Neighbors has a plan.
Fucking pops out of nowhere.
Neighbors, tell him.
What do you, I tell him I stabbed him in the neck. What do you want me to say?
Be nice. You stab him in the neck.
Hi, man, I stabbed in the neck. What?
Hello, my
No,
blade entered
She
your
marches
flesh.
over away from Ereborn and just, like, plops down right beside Eric. She's just like, no, fuck.
I've already told my father that the more we stay on the run, the more you put yourself in danger. You might as well begin your way to Salad and go after him. The Delmadora have strong enough ties. They will alert the bigger cities. They will know if you are traveling, and they will know where to find you.
Which is why we're taking the detour. Anyway, but look, if we go after Salad without any game plan, we're just gonna get killed. I'm not looking to get killed. You're not looking to get killed unless you turn into a werewolf and try to attack me again. So that, not a bad idea, just not a formulated plan yet.
Who's to say we don't have a plan?
What's your plan?
Realistically, this is not any of my... I have no relevance here. I'm not interested in going after Salad. He's the one who killed your friends. You were the ones who had a pissing contest with him and had him tied up or whatever it was. You were the ones who kidnapped him. That's fine. I don't like him. My father doesn't like him. Half of us don't like him in this world. But the plan is not for me to decide. You should be looking to your higher-ups. But surely you can't keep running. The more you run, the more time they will have to track you.
He has a fair point.
No, okay.
If we split.
I don't know about splitting because there's strength in numbers.
But splitting would be harder to track.
If we pass by any village that is willing to take in people, we can drop off our campers there.
It's probably going to make them vulnerable if we take all of the strong people, you know, and I'm just saying, like, if there's nobody there to protect all these people, not that I care, but they're going to die. I mean,
I have an offer. Maybe not an offer, just an idea upon what you are all saying. Salad cannot possibly point out every single one of you. that is entirely impossible for one man in the time he spent at whatever that little market was that you all ran. There is no way that he would be able to point out every single one of you. If you leave behind your travelers, and it's just the lot of you, you will have better luck, because regardless, he will be looking for you. The more you travel with them, the more you are putting their lives in danger, because they are now in the crosshairs. And the more they are around you, the more Salad will recognize them.
Can we talk about the bigger picture, though? Our enemy is not just Salad. There is someone else. There is someone on the inside. And I believe this, and you can, whatever, roll inside on me. I don't care. But there's somebody that helped him get out. Not just the gargoyle. This is too big of a situation for it just to be two people. And that's my only opinion. And I think we should focus in on that a little bit more. Take that in consideration, or whatever you have it. Because I'm not looking to run back in there and get killed. And I'll tell you that right now.
And that's a fair point. But then who do you suggest is the one who's the rat in this situation?
She kind of freezes up.
All the rats are there.
The rats freeze up.
Just picks one up. Here he is!
Not that kind of rat.
Oh.
Which one do you believe is selling your group out?
We don't really have any other headsmen. It was only Grindel and Fennec and I. Besides that, no one really big rankings.
Then, I offer you this. Leave your traveling companions, or whatever these people are, behind.
You would
if it's
really
only
like
the
that,
lot of you. I'm
I
sorry,
agree.
you're the one who stabbed me in the throat. I don't know why
I'm sort
you
of-
think I am
For
the one.
good reason.
Okay. If we give some weapons to the people here, they have ways to defend themselves. We can't just all keep these people going. We need to separate and go on our track and stop Salad.
What?
Where
They
What
need
I
some
am
leaders here.
suggesting,
Fucking camp where it's like
What?
snowing and shit. And...
what I am suggesting is much more simple. Look at it this way. Like I already said, but I'll reiterate. Do you really think Salad, some prince, some king, whatever the hell he is, I don't care about his title, do you really think that he's going to know who the measly cook was at your black market? Do you really think he's going to know who was selling potions, and he's going to hunt them down? He's going to look for the people who came after him, not the people who were there. If you drop these people off at a restaurant or at an orphanage or someplace, if you leave them somewhere in plain sight, in civilization, where they are safe, then you will be away from the rat, and if you continue to be sold out, you will have smaller people to look upon, and you will have more responsibility then to see who it is. Have you ever heard of somebody going out into plain daylight and killing a bunch of people in cold blood just for funsies? That doesn't happen. No one's going to go to a city and decide to kill half the civilization. It just doesn't happen. You don't need to lose weapons, waste resources. Just leave them at a city, and they will find their way. You could give them money if you want to start them off, but otherwise you're just hurting yourself.
We have plenty to spare in money-wise. Gold we can separate to our travelers and drop them off at any village we come by, and then quickly move on.
Eric's like, anyone in favour of this idea? Eric puts his hand up.
I agree with this plan.
Grindel raised his hand.
Y'all are so fooled. I don't trust this guy.
Van Kelm does it.
Yeah, Princey raises a paw. He's like,
Eric
No,
raises
that's
it
a
from-
bias.
Eric raises it.
That's bias.
All of my 1,000 rats raise their hands.
No,
Eric's like, wow, you taught them well.
Navis doesn't raise her hand. She just kind of shrugs and like crosses her arms. She doesn't even say anything.
Well then, that's our plan. Tomorrow, this will be our last day camping here.
Well, we're gonna die. Oh god. Okay.
Oh, what does Reginald vote?
Oh, Reginald, baby.
I have been ignoring you all and putting fun hats on Deathbringer.
Reginald, if I may, you do realize that it's a little foolish to bring your entire cult around with you. They are more likely to die on the battlefield.
Isn't that the point of a cult, though? To, like, die for their leaders?
I mean,
A
if
loyal
you
following.
want to have a cult, maybe don't bring them to a war.
I don't trust this dude, man. I don't trust him. I know I stabbed him in the neck. I don't trust him.
Yeah, I think he has more reason to not trust you than.
May I
Maybe
raise
you're
the
nice.
Deathbringer's arms in a little vote?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There, the possum has voted.
The possum just goes. Scorin comes back as he comes into view with the orange glow of the campfire hitting his face, and he goes, "Atta boy, I'll take your watch.
Okay.
The east is clear. The rest is up for you to scout.
I'm glad I could offer something of use, but I'll be going. If you need me, honestly don't. But if you do, you can yell, and I will probably hear you.
Eric just looks at him and he gives him like a little smile, like thumbs up. Thanks.
I think that little human likes you.
Eric's just there with his thumbs up with like a wide grin that looks kind of like scary.
I just imagine Erebor does that, like, meme blink at Eric, and then he walks away.
Y'all are all traitors. You know what? Even Princey is a traitor.
No!
The rats are traitors. Everybody's a hoe over here.
I'm just imagining.
I was already a hoe.
Brim, what did you want it to do?
Is my little pocket of glitter doing anything? A little glitter bag?
You open it and look inside. It's not doing anything right now. It's not moving like it was earlier. It's just still.
You know what this calls for?
What?
Some fucking snorting time, baby.
Yes!
Oh no.
What is snorting? Do you have drugs and not sharing them?
Maybe. Can Reginald
That's very
snort?
rude.
He don't have a nose.
I just kind of stuck my face into it.
Can Eric look at Grindel and is like, you doing it? Like, obviously you're not okay, but you're holding up.
Stop trying to get in his dick.
Grindel is gonna lay down on his respective bedroll and just
Okay.
fall asleep.
He doesn't respond, he just like,
Yeah, just he's an Eric like, okay.
That's all I wanted, by the way. I just want those Steve to glitter.
Oh, you want to just snort it? Let's like that.
I'm gonna draw out a line right now. And make a little line.
Eric's just like
you need
staring.
my credit card. She hands over her credit card.
Eric's like, you're doing it wrong.
Excuse me, how do I am an...
Brim,
Yes.
Should we do this in privacy? Are we in front of children?
Yeah, get away from the
the
child.
kid is asleep on fucking Van Calm's
Yeah,
lap.
she's asleep. She's not gonna see anything.
We're doing coke in front of a child.
Grindel's asleep or trying to sleep. The dog is going to sleep.
The rats can see everything.
We don't sleep, so we're gonna watch.
Brim, make a Constitution saving throw.
Hell yeah. So if I die, Reginald, you better fucking... Since you're next to me.
11.
You
Oh my god.
and you sit there. Nothing happens, but then slowly everyone just stares at you as your cat slit pupils dilate and they go like from tea saucers to plates.
Oh my god.
And Brim just stares out into space. When you look to your teammates, you see Neighbors. At first she's normal, but then her neck starts to grow really, really long and then twists and does loop-de-loops. You look at Eric, and Eric has just got a full beard now instead of...
Like Santa beard or something?
Yeah.
Santa beard, oh my god.
Oh my god.
Maybe he becomes
You
the
look
beard.
at Van Calm, and all you see are boobs.
Just tits.
You look at
Eric disappeared?
Reginald, and Reginald's face is replaced with the possum, and the possum's face is replaced with Reginald's.
Oh my god.
The rats are like demons, just jumping up and down.
Oh yes, this is awesome!
Pip is just a long boy.
Eric's like, are you okay?
Every sound that you hear is an echo, and it just rattles in your little head like a bell.
Am I able to talk?
You can talk, but it's like very slurred.
I try to pick up the bag, but I don't know how
Please do
functional I am right
You
now.
see two bags. When you look down and you pick up the bag, your hands are knives.
Oh my god.
Oh!
Do I puncture the bag?
No, you're just hallucinating.
Guys.
Just your
I'm
imagination.
like, you gotta try this.
Oh my god.
I think he's killed himself.
Oh my god, this is fucking amazing.
I like try to like hand the bag over to like Navis, but I just kind of like it just like fucking like
Hand it
falls
over
all
to the
over
turkey
floor.
instead.
You lean forward to pass it, and you just face plant the grass.
Oh my god. I take that shit. I pick it up.
Neighbors don't.
I want that fucking bag back.
What do you mean, don't?
Only
Look
you get
at this guy.
You get
Van
one
Count
line.
is just
Dick.
staring at you
Get
all
one line.
deadpan, unamused, like, are you fucking
I'm
kidding
not
me?
doing it, babe. I'm not.
Don't call me babe.
Okay, sorry.
I'll persuade you to do it.
Does Grindel want some?
Grindel's asleep.
Grindel's asleep.
Oh.
Eric, snort this shit. Eric, snort this. I rolled a fucking
no.
3.
I don't wanna like get high in front of Frank Allen.
Why not?
I don't want to set a bad example for Deathbringer.
You can't snort shit, Mr. Skeleton Man.
Watch me!
Van Count just gets up and picks the little girl up in his arms and walks over to his tent and just closes it behind him.
Oh, see what
He
you
doesn't
do,
want
guys.
I'm not doing anything.
Can I go
Hand
with...
it over!
This
Can I
seems
go
like
in?
he wants you to do it.
You can
That's
go
what
in the
he
tent
was-
if you want.
I'm gonna pick up Princey, even though he's like
you
massive.
can't pick up Princey.
I'm picking up Princey.
Roll
Oh,
strength.
I'm picking up the...
That's a big
Fucking
dog.
dog.
That's a big doggo.
Take it, Reginald.
Give it!
Why? You're gonna waste it.
Exactly.
You get up and you're like, I'm going out of here. And you lean down to pick up Princey and you're like, you only lift him up a bit and his shoulders are up and only his torso is off the ground, but you cannot pick
That
this
is-
dog up.
Damn it. I'm going to bed. Bye, guys.
No, come back. Oh, fucking pussies.
The dog follows. He's still limping a bit.
Can I dump the rest of it into my skull?
No.
What? No, I
You
won't.
can't. Listen to me, Skeleton
This is
Man.
my
You
little
cannot
bag.
ingest this.
This is my
Exactly,
bag.
I'm keeping
giving
it from
each
all of you.
One line each. And whenever we're feeling sad, we can take more.
I
This is
mean,
my
It's
bad.
all inside of my head now.
I'm feeling pretty pissed off because I don't trust these two. fools.
Reginald, I gave you a possum, and this is how you treat me.
You know
I
what?
mean, look at the kind of example everyone is setting for Deathbringer. This is horrible.
He's growing up.
You know
Dude,
what?
he knows
you know
how
what?
to fuck really good now. He knows the benefits of drugs.
I did
Does
it.
he?
I took
Is
it.
that your constitution?
Yeah.
Okay,
I did
so
it.
Navis, you sit there and you feel the burn in your nose. It hits you like a fucking dragon. Your eyes do the same, your pupils dilate and they go really wide. All the trees are dancing and are pink and purples and greens and all this other trippy colors. You look at the other campers that are sleeping, at the horses become really fucked up looking. They get really lanky legs. It looks like their hooves are fingers and shit like that. You look over at Brim, and you don't see an imp, you just see a head with wings.
Oh my goodness.
Reginald, on the other hand, you see that he's really buff for some reason. He's like buff bones.
Biceps but bones.
The little possum in his hand is just tiny.
It like meows at her.
You look at your hands, neighbors, and they're knives.
Oh my god.
Sweet.
See a common theme here.
I don't like that dick over there, but these fucking knives are
Yo, does
fucked
Scorn
bad.
want some?
What?
I want to see Scorn get high.
No, you don't get to see it. I get to.
Oh my fucking god. Like, you would have to see if you can fucking walk, let alone offer him fucking things.
Help, everyone is getting high around me.
Grim, unfucking god.
That is so good.
Navis like stands up, and she kind of like stands like a velociraptor with her like claws out, like she has knives actually, but she doesn't. Let's fight knives. Let's go.
Oh my god, yes, sword fight. Let's do
Yes, knife
Come on.
fight. Knife
Right,
finger
right here,
fight.
let's go.
Roll Constitution again if you're gonna try and walk.
Oh.
God. Wow.
You get up, stand like raptors. You'd have to take one step and you're on the floor.
Are we on top of each other? Cause like kind of hot.
Yeah, can we fight while we're on top?
Please, I want to wrestle.
All Reginald sees is just you're just slightly slapping each other.
What do we roll for wrestling? Who wins?
I want to roll for straight.
Let's do it.
With disadvantage.
Oh, this is bad. I have negative
15.
strength.
20. Damn it. Gotta go with 15.
You kind of push yourself up and you're like, "Ugh," and then you fucking flop back on your back. and your tail just whips fucking Brim in the face.
Ow.
Brim, you bite Navis's leg.
Ow!
How do you like that?
Who did we say was on guard duty?
Scorin, and he's watching, just shaking his head.
Okay, I'm
I
gonna
like
get
this
it.
guy
Go get
right
up, and I'm
This
gonna go
is
talk to
how
Scorin.
demons roll, you know?
I'm gonna go introduce Scorin to Deathbringer.
Bring. I throw the bag at Reginald before he leaves. I'm like, ask him if he wants any.
Eric's like poking his head out to see like what, like he doesn't want to miss this, but he's like
We're
sitting
having
inside.
tons of fun.
I'll pocket the blow for now.
The blow.
You approach him, and Scorin's eyes just narrow as you know that look is just, what do you want?
Evening.
What do you want?
What do you want?
I thought I'd take a step away from whatever the hell is going on over there.
This is me pounding your ass.
Far away from whatever is going on over there.
Yes, I see, and I heard clear as day they wish for me to get high as well.
Eh,
I did not.
I
I
don't-
want you to put your dick away.
It's a no from me.
see,
Where's? Oh wait, I'm not over there. I'm like dead on the floor.
I'm glad someone is
I killed
responsible.
you with my knives.
Oh no.
Reginald, he sees your possum, and he's like, why are you taking a wild animal?
Not quite wild. Look, see, he's friendly. And I show it to him.
I can see he's quite friendly.
Yes.
Well, I'm sorry to cut our conversation short, Skeleton, but I need to stay focused and stay on watch. Enjoy your little rodent and your high friends.
Reginald.
Will do.
Reginald. Kill him.
I wonder if you can hear that.
Probably.
Just you going, kill him.
So we'll reach a small intermission. If you want to take a piss or get a drink, it's now, and then we'll finish
Gosh,
this up.
relatable content. I'm gonna go pee.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get a drink.
I'm gonna get a drink too. I need water.
We were arguing over what color this hat that this possum should wear.
Okay, so, with everyone getting high, Scorin's still taking watch. Eric goes back into his tent to sleep with Van Kamp. The night passes by.
The kids are.
Grindel having slight issues falling asleep, maybe because of the loudmouth potheads, but soon enough he settles down to the sound of crackling fire once the high boys and girls and all those little motherfuckers fall asleep.
Or sit there. Skeletons don't sleep.
The scouts kept a close eye on things, taking turns to watch as others rested up. Once the sun was high enough in the sky, half of the camp was awake. Van Kamp could be heard speaking with Scorin as they readied their weapons in hand. Grindel remained quiet as he was putting together a fishing rod. You rise up from your bedrolls, and you all are greeted with the cold air, a light fog surrounding your camp. Van Kamp shoots his gaze over to your direction once you wake up.
About time you woke up. Me and Scorin are heading off to get some food.
Whoever wants to join, you're more than welcome. Grindel says nothing. He doesn't even wish you a good morning. He was so focused on putting his rod together, he may have not noticed you've woken up. He starts to walk out of the camp towards the lake, still not saying a word. So, everybody, where are you heading?
I'm gonna go. I want to go fishing.
Why are we fishing?
Food.
I want to head out.
Go out then. I'm going fishing.
I'm just gonna eat a fucking rat.
Oh, speaking of your rats, it has been the second day. The second day has passed, and your rats are no longer with you.
Do I still have Deathbringer?
Deathbringer is rabid now.
Deathbringer is a little bit more squirmy, and he's like he's trying to get away, but he's staying close.
Oh, thank goodness. I was gonna lose
Wait.
my one and only friend.
Wait, if Brim eats a rat, can he get the plague?
It's if it's the fucking no.
Hey,
Wait, it was funny because you considered it, and then you were like, no.
Can I eat a squirrel instead?
Well, there's no squirrel to eat. They've all scattered.
you're evil.
Oh, they're gone?
Yeah.
Oh shit, the night's passed already?
Yeah.
You've lost your army.
Oh my god, I'm gonna
You
miss
didn't
them.
even do anything cool with your army.
What was I gonna do with them? Oh,
Now we only have Deathbringer.
Barely.
it is. Deathbringer is still here, right?
That thing
Wait,
is
Pip could
rabid.
eat Deathbringer.
No!
So Everyone, where are you going? Are you going to stay at camp? Are you going with Van Calm to hunt? Are you going with Grindel to fish, even though Grindel has not invited you?
I don't care. I'm going fishing.
I want to snoop around.
I just hold the possum up like the fucking Lion King in front of the wall.
I'm gonna sneak off, and I'm gonna follow Scorin and Vancombe.
Okay. Brim, what are you doing?
What are the... Okay, hunting, fishing, and then what? Like, do your own thing? Those are the choices?
You can stay at the camp, just do anything, hunt with Van Calm and Scorin, or fishing with Grindel.
I'll tag along with Grindel. I haven't talked to him at all this whole session.
Come fish.
Oh, just imagine. It's like you've worked with someone for so long, and then like all of a sudden you're just like, "Hey, buddy, what's up?"
Oh shit! Yeah, you're a thing.
He's like, he doesn't want to talk to Grindel in this situation. It's like weird. Not weird, but like...
Oh, I understand.
Fucked up.
Right. But it's like water cooler talk. It's just like, I know you. Sorry about your dead boyfriend.
Erase this shit. I don't know how to erase it.
No one follows Van Calm and Scorin besides Navis to eavesdrop, not really offering, saying, hey, I'll come, you're just sneaking. Eric, you start to follow Grindel's path. Same with you, Brim, as Pip just chills out.
Reginald, you gonna converse with your cultists?
Yes, I'm showing them Deathbringer.
Come here.
They bow,
Hooray!
as Deathbringer just screams.
Oh my god.
We're having a Lion King moment, okay?
You're a plagiarizing bastard.
I know. I'm chaotic evil. What do you want from
How
me?
dare you plagiarize?
You just seem like chaotic insane, honestly.
Bite me.
That would be very painful.
Exactly.
Actually, yeah.
11, 5, 12.
What the hell
What
is
is he
that?
rolling for? What are you rolling?
I rolled for my NPCs. What I rolled is a straight up D20, and this will determine what you get prey size. You can get large prey, medium prey, small prey, depending on your roll.
Oh.
Navis, we'll start with you.
Yay!
You sink low into the bushes and you just stalk Van Calm and Scorin as they just walk through this white forest, basically. The snow is falling a little bit, but it's just very light. You overhear them chatting to one another, and it's mainly just lighthearted stuff as they're trying to forget such hard times. He does apologize for Fennec's death, saying, I'm sorry for your loss and shit like that. He expresses that this is going to be a long trip and that his son brushed him up on everything that he said to the group and that he said it is the right thing to do. It will protect a lot of lives and keep his conscience clean. And then as you proceed, you start to see them firing their bow and catching a good rabbit or two. You hear Scorin mention something to Van Calm, and he says,
So, I never thought a cold-hearted bastard like you will allow someone in his life again. Answer me this. This newcomer comes along, and, I've heard quite a few things from the elves. Is what they say true?
Does he really have a 10-inch dick?
He said, so is what the elves say true? Is little Van Calm not so big in the britches?
Oh,
the large man laughs as the Viking just punches him and he tells him to shut up.
He goes, I'm just fucking with you. I think it's mighty cute you found someone who is willing to barely work with anyone down there.
Jesus! Like, Rose City.
I think Eric
Wait.
knows.
Ice.
And you hear him talk all this shit.
Can we just focus on hunting? He goes, of course.
did you just apologize to me about my son's death and then right after tell me I have a tiny dick?
Yeah, literally. Here,
Like-
back to old ways.
Sorry your son died. I heard you have a small dick.
Navis, you start to listen in still, and you're like, what the fuck? But, it gets to a point where Scorin mentions,
It's nice to be traveling like this again. You know, like good old days when you were a spry young lad and I wasn't so old. But, it's got me thinking a lot. And what is that? Well, I just think you've gone a bit soft, and if I remember the Van Calm I knew, you would have killed all those newcomers back then. How about I propose something? Van Calm's like, what is it? It's like, how about when it falls night, you and me will sneak out of our position and kill them in their sleep.
And as Scorn says that, he slowly smirks and turns directly towards your location, neighbors, and he says, I can smell you, you know. Little eavesdropper, you.
I was hunting.
Sure you were.
I was, and she stands up and she crosses her arms. And she doesn't have a bow on her. I forgot.
And Van Kelm's looking at him like,
Were you lying? Of course I was lying. This little tiefling, sneaky tiefling, was with
They almost call her a bitch.
I was hunting. I'm gonna roll deception. I got a 16 plus 5.
he just smirks and he walks over to you, tossing you a bow.
Let me see you hunt.
Let me see you move.
Okay then. I've hunt plenty. And she walks over. She's kind of swaying her hips, all seductively, like, watch my ass instead of my skills,
As you walk past swaying your hips, acting all big and now, the two men just watch you, arms folded, Scorn, a smirk on his face, Van Kam a little confused. And you spot in the far off a small rabbit just crawling out of its burrow.
Gotcha. 14 plus 5. 19.
You pull back the arrow and you let it fly. And you hear the squeal of the rabbit as it makes contact. And Scorin shrugs and he goes, well done.
You don't need to praise.
We'll cut to the fishing boys!
Yeah.
Brim, you scurry along to join Eric's side.
Hey, baby.
You follow along the path. There you see Grindel sitting alone. A mist sits on top of the lake as bird song travel through the trees. The elf sits on a fairly large rock, just casting his bait. By his expression, he seems to be lost in his own little world. You approach with a slight crackle of the frosted grass underneath your feet, and this causes his ear to twitch.
Eric sort of stops and he sort of gives a faint little smile and he waves awkwardly.
He turns back and looks at the lake.
He nods and he just walks beside and he just stands there, just looking out. Can I roll a charisma?
Say what you're gonna say first and then roll.
I never really learned how to fish. How do you do it?
You roll charisma? Brim, what are you doing?
I'm not really saying much. I guess I also approach, maybe sit near him,
Yeah.
Somewhat far next to him, but I'm not saying anything right now.
Mm-hmm. He looks up at you and he shrugs.
I suppose. Take a seat. No, I guess I can show you I'm not the best either. And he looks to you, Brim, and goes, are you wanting to learn too, or?
Come learn, Brim!
I'll watch.
Oh, you're watching. Okay, Eric wants to learn.
He, Grindel sort of just sits there and goes, well,
Let's cast it out right now, so we just played the waiting game. You gotta make sure to always have your bait moving. Make it out to be like a worm or a bug or a fish.
This is every game like fishing to drink. That isn't a game.
And soon enough,
and his rod snaps. And he starts reeling it in.
you get a catch.
And it's not a big fish.
It's like Van Kelm's dick. It's a little tiny.
He unhooks the fish and he tosses it back into the water.
Wait, you just toss it in?
We need bigger ones.
Eric's like, but we could use all the ones we can get.
Yeah, but they can grow a bit bigger, so...
Okay, Arthur.
I'm so happy Jake just noticed
Yeah,
that I
awesome.
fucking
I
referenced
was about to say, trust me.
it. So he passes you the rod and goes,
Put your bait on there, throw your arm back, and cast it out.
Okay, so Eric does it, but he sort of wriggles, he's not used to the fishing rod bouncing, with those long things, so he's like, whoa. And so Eric throws and casts it out. It's not as far, but it's decent array.
just roll a straight up d20, see what you get. You feel a little nibble and he goes,
Don't pull back yet, because they're just nibbling when you feel a hard tug. Then start reeling it back.
Okay.
you feel a tug. You start reeling it back and he's trying to guide you to make sure not to snap the wire. And soon enough you reel up a smaller fish.
Oh, Eric gives a pout.
Not bad for a first timer, but if you want to keep it, you can keep it for the camp or cast it back out.
Eric pulls a vision. He's sort of like, oh, it looks kind of cute. I'll let this one live and just...
Let me just wait till I get an ugly one.
Bastard, it landed on it. Grindel takes the rod back and he places bait, but he gets nothing.
What about?
Well, he wasn't kidding about not being that
Is
good.
Grim not gonna fit? Grim.
No,
What?
Grim's watching.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm just
Grim.
watching.
My bad. I thought you were learning.
And it kind of falls quiet again, and you see this. You see his face is very empty. He's not in a very cheerful or really, in general, good mood right now. So you're gonna have to really try to get him out of his shell.
Okay. Should I roll another charisma?
Say what you want, then.
It's dead silent. Eric looks into the lake. He's staring, and he sort of says, "It feels empty, doesn't it?"
Does Brim want to add anything, or are you just gonna watch and
No,
just stay quiet?
I'm still listening.
Okay.
Oh!
Almost got a 20. And all you get from Grindel is a yep, as he casts his bait out again.
Okay. Oh, you can good fish. So he's like, sorry to push this, but just hoping you're not slipping into something into a horrible place.
Roll charisma. As he brings in the fish. It's a decent size, but still small. He sits it on the cloth a bit more, and that's one fish that he's captured. And he says, I've fallen into a dark mindset before, and I guess I'm doing it again. I don't really want to talk about it. He casts his bait in again.
Eric puts his hand out where he's gonna finish him doing his fishing, but Eric's gonna want to have another go.
He hands you the rod. Roll a 20.
Bloop.
Yay, big fish.
Okay. You gonna say anything?
Nah, I'm just gonna fish.
You sit there, feel a nibble, and you feel a jerk, but then a really hard jerk, a very
Eric,
massive jerk, and you start to pull, and Grindel's eyes widen a bit as he says, reel it in, have control, don't snap the wire.
Eric's like, what wire? What do I do? Help me.
Roll a strength.
No strength.
Oh my god, why are you reeling in?
Fennec's dead body.
Welcome back from the dead, bitch.
He's like, hey guys, how are you?
Oh.
You struggle a bit, and Grindel helps you out, reeling it in, and soon enough you reel in a massive fat bass.
Yeah.
And it's flopping about as it's now on land, and Grindel's really impressed. That's a good job.
Do I kill it? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Get a rock and smash it?
Oh my god, no, you don't want to damage it, you just put it in its pouch.
Wait, is it alive?
Yes.
Let it suffocate.
Oh my... Eric's like, oh.
You sit there for a bit, small talk ensues, you're not really getting much out of Grindel. You catch a good few fish, but all in all, Grindel is very quiet, and it's clear as day. His eyes are just empty, and he's just giving you really short answers or no answers at all. You have one last attempt.
Okay, I'm gonna roll one more time.
Brim, you can chime in if you want, but
I want to get him alone, that's why I'm not saying anything.
Yeah.
I'm waiting.
Oh, fuck off, you little cunt. This dice hates me.
It's the same roll too.
you sort of try your best to get him out, but it's harder than you thought, and you kind of get the idea of how broken this elf is currently. At this point, you do hear Van Kalm, his voice echo, as he has returned to the camp.
Okay. So Eric, he looks at Grindel. I'm sorry about everything. I wish I could make things better, but I know nothing will ever make things better. I'm not a man of conversation. I'm sorry. And just takes the fish and walks away. Boo! I got a fish!
That's a big one! Nabus is carrying a fuckload of rabbits, and together, Scorin and Van Kam are working together to carry a buck.
Oh, look.
Brim?
It's your turn, Brim.
I'm still silent for a little while, but I look over at Grindel with like a stern look, like, Binch, I know something. And then I'll speak up finally. That night, the one before everyone went missing,
Yes.
you remember it?
I do.
I know what you did.
Grindel is silent, and his eyebrows frown a bit, and his eyes narrow. What do you mean you know?
I don't say anything, I just continue to look at him with that same stern look. He knows what I'm talking about.
You both have basically a staring contest. and he bites his lip a bit, annoyed that he was seen losing his mind, and he settles the rod down, allowing it to sit on the rest in case anything did bite. He says, I can explain. What you saw is something I have dealt with for a long time, and I've kept concentration to keep in control.
I keep looking at him. If you think you killed him that night,
I would have killed him.
but you didn't.
No, Fennec cut me off, and now that Fennec's gone, nothing can really pull me off from killing him if I so.
I sigh. I stand up. And I say, well, good, because you have an obligation now, for Fennec's sake.
You're approving of killing him, yet Eric does not.
Well, maybe Eric doesn't have the same kind of experience with things like this. So I think I'll start to walk away at this point.
He sits there for a moment, and Brim, you hear your name. Brim, I want you to promise me, and make sure the others do the same. If I ever fall back into a lightning crimson rage, I want you to stop me as soon as possible.
At this point, I kind of stare back at him, and I don't have a stern look anymore. I would say it's more so concerned now. But I nod my head. I pause for a second, but I ask, is that the Scarlet Pet?
Roll persuasion.
You're getting shit done, man.
Bitch!
It hates us, doesn't it? It really hates us.
Natural 1. You see him stare at you, and just you mentioning those 2 words, Scarlet's Pet, it triggers something within him. And for a brief moment, bolts of lightning flicker around him, but he turns his head away, like he's trying not to get angry by it. And he just says, Brim, I think it's time you leave.
You done said the wrong thing, fella.
Oh no, Bram, come be my boy.
I don't say anything at this point. I don't even give him a nod. I kind of just look at him and just turn away and leave.
So sad. Oh.
Damn.
Night falls, and the prey that you have gathered with both Van Kalm and Grindel are put together on the carriage, some being cooked. This was your last night. Everyone had packed up, but they've kept out the bedrolls, the slight shelter to keep themselves warm, some sleeping within the carriages, and everyone goes to sleep. Grindel had his back against one of the wheels of the wagons, fast asleep, his arms folded, but he suddenly starts to wake up. The elf sits up with a huff, looking around, his name being called. He looks to the camp, but sees nothing. The voice growled. Skinny red hands twitched as they slowly reached from the back of him. The man kicked away with a yelp, crawling backwards to see nothing there. Everyone, roll a wisdom to see if you wake up.
From what?
Oh no.
Bitch!
8. 4. Holy shit! I want you to still roll, Reginald, because I will classify this as you on a trance.
Neighbours, wake up!
Wait.
Neighbours, wake up! Roll wisdom!
Okay,
Yes!
12.
Everyone sleep.
Just wake
There,
up.
eat my ass.
I might be a little high.
I watch bad
7,
things
18.
Yes.
Good.
Yes!
Okay.
Save him, neighbours!
Nabus wakes up with a groan. Reginald snaps out of his little trance as you see in the middle of the camp, close to the fire, Grindel sitting there looking off into a corner of the camp, breathing heavily like he's seen a ghost or something. You don't know why, but his yelp did wake you up. In his mind, to him, you don't hear this, but to him, you see the elf stand up, holding his arms, still backing away like a terrified child. This elf is just shaking violently like he's seeing something.
I run up and I grab his shoulder. Just turn him around.
Reginald, what are you doing?
I'll get up and I'll join her.
Oh, just nonchalantly.
Yeah, just be like, for fuck's sake, like, what fucking now?
As you grab him and turn him, and you see his eyes are pinpoint. They're terrified, they're filled with fear. With a blink of his eye, Grindel's vision distorts. He doesn't see a red tiefling. He doesn't see a skeleton before him. He sees a red, gangly humanoid standing in front of him, twitching and snapping into positions of agony. A deafening screech rang in his head, making him cover his ears tightly, crouching down with his knees close to his chest. He screamed for a brief moment. You two bear witness to this. As the rest of you wake up due to his scream, he uncovers his ears and lifts his head to see nothing but you two there.
What the fuck's going on?
I swear to God that it wasn't us.
What did you do?
What
What did you do, you skeleton bitch? What did you do?
I didn't do anything!
It was him.
Yeah,
No, it was
what did
not.
you do?
I don't know, you run a cult. Anyway.
He started taking a seize or something.
Can I look at Neighbours and ask her? Neighbours bitch, what's going on?
Rewind, repeat.
Excuse me, madam, what's going on?
That's much better.
Rude
Well, I
ass.
don't know. Well, I woke up to him making some weird noises, and he seemed like he was in a trance of almost. I'm not sure what he's saying or what's happening to him.
Interesting.
Can I, like, try and pull his hands away?
Well, I'm already there to him.
Come on, come on.
Yeah, you're all there. with
Okay.
him.
Can I try and pull his hand away from his face?
I wouldn't do that.
Can I drop Deathbringer on him to see if that comes?
No.
Kill him.
You know, like the shh, what's going on? Try and calm him.
Roll charisma.
And Kama's like, boyfriend, stop it.
I'm sorry.
Opportunity. I'll roll with.
Okay.
God damn it.
So, Eric, describe what you're doing.
So I'm sort of, saying it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. What's up? Like maybe try and pull his hand away from his face to try and see if he's hurt himself or anything.
You grab his hands and he flinches, and his pinpoint pupils look directly at you, and you feel his hands shaking uncontrollably. As he, slowly releases his face. He hasn't hurt himself, but he's terrified of something. Nabus, you lean down trying to contribute to calming him down. He just puffs and puffs. He can't get any words out. Brim, what do you do?
Come help.
I'm like,
I don't
wow.
want to fucking help. I'll
Wow.
stay back
Listen,
here.
listen,
I'm sorry.
I just say, shh, calm.
Grindel's ears are slowly folding back.
Eric's like, just take your time, calm down.
You hear deep howls echo through the night, one after the other. Anyone who wasn't awake soon lifts their head confused. Scorin charges into the camp, waking anyone still asleep. They're here! Get them now! Before he could say
God.
anything, a large winged beast comes down, tackling him to the ground. More come down from the sky with a mighty roar. People on horseback screaming could be heard, galloping to your location, sending the rest of the campers running for their lives. Everyone, roll fucking initiative.
I told you we should have kept moving.
That's nice.
Oh, there we go.
It's going on.
So, this is how it's gonna go.
Oh my.
I'm going to explain it in this manner, because it is, a big fucking thing. Okay, so you see the campers?
Mm-hmm.
They're in green.
Yeah.
Think of this, if you've played XCOM.
I have not.
Okay, so I'll explain it. So, when your camp is attacked in XCOM, you have a chance to get to the survivor. Once you get to them, you can evacuate them, saving them from getting killed by the enemy. If the enemy gets to them before you, they're instantly dead. Or, depending if they can hit and miss and shit. But, if I'm gonna roll initiative for the army, I'm gonna split them in half. It's not gonna be all of them go at once. It's half, giving you a chance to fight back.
Anxious immediately.
Everyone in green, they're your survivors. The blue are the werewolves.
Okay.
Okay, that's all the rolls marked down. I'm going to roll with my dice in real life. So, with first in initiative, the guards did get a surprise attack on you, but their turn is wasted on getting into the camp. It is now Van Kam's go.
Go, babe.
Van Kam charges forward, and that is a hit.
Yes.
Blade at the ready at a guard who is just jumping off his horse. So that's 12 damage. You see Van Kamp charge forward and bring his greatsword down on a guard.
Yeah, babe, yeah.
The guard slumps to the ground, dead. Next in the initiative is Scorin. Scorin gets up to his feet and snarls. You see this man transform into this gigantic werewolf and let out a dreadful roar. That is his turn. Next on the initiative is the gargoyles. There's 5 gargoyles, so let's see.
Why is one white? Is he like a special boy?
The pristine glitter boy.
Oh shit.
This gargoyle is going to make a claw attack. 11. That's a hit.
Oh no.
You see glittering gargoyle swoops down. You can't even react as their claws drag across their throat, sending their head flying.
Oh god. Oh no.
That's 1 survivor dead.
Well, so much for a perfect save.
This gargoyle's gonna swoop in.
No. Don't you fucking dare.
That's a miss.
Oh.
It swoops in, but doesn't calculate it right and swoops over their head. The little girl's screaming. This is gonna give her a reaction to cower.
My baby girl.
This gargoyle is going to swoop at you, Navis.
Oh, yeah, come at me, bitch.
It misses a 2.
Haha, I'm too quick.
Down with it. And straights its claws, but you duck.
And I duck and I jump.
And then the 5th is going to swoop in for you, Eric.
Okay.
That's a miss!
Oh, hit me, bitch.
It swoops over your head like Navis. Now it is Navis!
So,
Get my baby girl.
what is hempen rope?
Hempen rope is just normal rope.
And that gargoyle pretty close, right?
Mm-hmm. It's flying over you. So basically when it flew over you, it's like hovering basically in close proximity.
Can I try to lasso it and then like freaking jump on it?
Sure. Roll a
Yes, take it.
roll dexterity.
Roll dexterity. Okay. And is that gonna be my full move or like half?
So this is like half an action.
There we go. Dexterity.
19. Okay. That is a hit.
So I lassoed it.
You turn as the creature swoops over you and misses. You, quick as ever, lasso it and its wings go against its body and it plummets to the ground.
Get
squirming.
it.
I kind of want to ride it. I'll be quite honest. Kind of want to ride it. Maybe it will be an advantage.
Do whatever.
Would it be animal handling?
It'd be a strength, if anything.
I don't have good strength, so I might as well just kill it. Or start stabbing it. So right now it's technically prone.
It's prone.
Okay, I'm gonna use my short sword. I'm gonna get my short sword out, and I'm gonna stab it right under the jugular. You know, that
Okay.
big old vulnerable place. So give me one.
Okay. Cool beans. You watch as this creature squirms, but you are quick to shove your blade into its throat as it goes.
Yes.
But it's not dead yet.
No.
Oh, obviously not yet.
Next in line, it's either Erebor or Eric. Which one? Who wants to go first?
Hey, hold on. Let me interrupt. Okay, so Eric, you have really great strength. If you want on this gargoyle, be my guest. Just saying.
But the little girl.
There's 2 next to you. There's one that swooped at Eric, and there's one that swooped at you that you're stabbing.
Exactly. So if you want to jump on the one that I have weakened, the offer's open.
Okay, and let's because someone get the girl and hide her. Okay, I'm gonna finish off the gargoyle. Eric is gonna pull out his long sword, and he is going to go for the same place Navis did.
Okay. Yeah, that fucking hits.
And then
10 damage. Nice. 16 damage altogether to this thing. You go after the gargoyle that's prone. You follow up. Where are you piercing it?
I'm gonna like try and cut the throat.
Okay. 2 blades in the throat. Whoop. You shove your blade into its throat, and instead of meeting soft tissue, you're met with cracking as your blade impacts, and its head goes rolling up. But it's still screaming as it's decapitated.
Oh, lovely.
That's fine. Eric smiles.
Is it still alive?
It's still alive,
Really?
but it's decapitated. It's very weak.
Does its body still move or just the head?
It's twitching.
Okay.
Erebor, your go.
Okay, I got you, Eric. Like, I'll move as close as I can with half my distance to the little girl, and then I'll hold my turn so that if somebody does come near her, I can swat them out of the way.
Okay, cool. Erebor rushes over to the small girl and protects her, becoming her shield as the girl cowers in fear.
Eric's giving you like a smile the whole time.
Wait, I have a
Got
question.
you.
If we get to the survivors, does that mean they're automatically saved?
You can transport them to a carriage, yes.
Okay.
But that'll probably take a turn, I'm assuming.
Oh.
It will. It will
okay.
take your entire turn. You can't attack. You're just getting this survivor out.
I see.
It is Brim. Brim, by the way, Pip is hiding.
Can I transport Pip? I don't want him to die. Like, is he gonna be okay?
He's hiding underneath a carriage.
Brim throws a fucking rock at Grindal. He's like, fuck you.
No.
Don't you fucking dare. I see the dog.
What are you gonna do, Brim?
Wait, Princey?
Yeah.
Princey's there.
No, baby.
I mean, Pip is like kind of already in a carriage, right? He's like hiding.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm assuming he's safe since he's already in it. No one's attacking me, right? No gargoyles came after me.
No, not yet, no.
Alright, then I'm just gonna fucking go to the closest person, and I'll just transport them into a carriage. This lady right here.
With the sounds of battle now surrounding you, instantly rush over to a woman who's cowering with her husband, and you grab her hand.
Fuck the husband.
Yeah, the husband's just gonna be like sitting there.
Brim's like, fuck man anyway.
So you have successfully taken one survivor, so I'm gonna mark everyone you saved here and everyone who died over here.
Okay.
Oh no, don't you dare hurt my little girl.
And Pip, go on the left side.
You can't really see him.
Good, he's hiding.
I'll add this, there you go. Now you can see him.
Wait, we gotta save Deathbringer!
Oh my god.
It's the werewolves go.
Go boys, go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wolves.
Oh my god.
See? So this werewolf over here is going to attack this guard, and that is a hit. This werewolf leaps on the guard, pinning them to the ground, biting at their throat.
Alright.
Yeah.
This werewolf is going to take charge. Misses. The guard is quick enough to dodge. This werewolf is going to attack the horse the one guardsman's on. That's a hit.
Don't kill the horse, Binch. We can use that.
The horse is going to fall prone, knocking the guard prone. This werewolf is going to rush over and grab this woman to secure her. That's its turn.
Yes. Get my little girl.
This werewolf is going to pounce and try to jump on the white gargoyle. That is a miss. As it jumps up, the gargoyle just simply whacks it off. The werewolves are going to finish their turn. That one secures this lady. The other is going to tear apart this guy if he can. That's a hit, but he's not dead. Now Reginald, go.
Oh boy. You know what? I'm just gonna hold. What?
Okay, so you're holding your turn.
Yeah.
Restart initiative. You start to clash blades, securing as many people as you could, but then you hear another deep roar bellow through the sky. You look up to see a much larger gargoyle, his wings folding, and who you see jump off its back? Salad. In beautiful, clean armor, busted up face, and he just simply says, watching everyone run and fight, scattering like rats. Van Count backs up and he says, secure as many people as you can and get out now! Me and Scorin and his son will hold them off!
Well, R.I.P.
Bye guys.
It's my little girl, okay?
Airborne's got her!
Okay. I just want to...
Secure as many people as you can. It's going to go back and forth from you, enemy, see if they can kill someone, or see if you can save someone. This is your last chance.
Okay, I'm grabbing this person.
Well, I'll grab this person that's closest to me and I'll just take off. That's the smartest thing to do.
Yeah, safe.
Okay, so that guy is safe.
I got this one.
Okay, now it's the guard. This guard is going to run and attack. That's a hit. That guy's dead. Okay, Eric, you said you were securing someone?
Yep, got this.
Okay,
Wait, what about Princey?
Oh my god.
now it's a gargoyle.
No, don't you fucking dare. Don't you.
Gargoyle turned right
Eric's
That's a miss. Nope, that's a hit. He's got a 19.
Is that Princey?
No, it's a woman.
I don't care about the woman.
Jesus Christ.
I have my family.
Airborne?
I'll help you out so you can do more. I'll grab Princey and throw him in.
Oh,
the
you
carriage
begged.
with you. Don't worry.
You rush towards Princey as you see the gargoyle in close proximity, the dog snarling as it backs up from the rising gargoyle.
Listen, I'm a werewolf. I protect my own. Erebor snarls and in dog language
Get out
he
of
says,
here,
"Get to
Salad."
the chopper."
Get out of here, salad fingers. Fucking gross.
I'm going to place this big boy because this is the gargoyle.
Wow, he's huge.
Long time no see.
Is it Shitsend or whatever his name is?
Yeah. Shit said.
So that's Princey secured.
Yes.
Another gargoyle is gonna swoop in and take this woman.
No!
She's dead.
Fuck.
Brim.
Brim.
I'll take the
right
last
there.
person.
Yeah.
Okay. As everyone evacuates the area, everyone's trying their best to get away. For 1 second, you look back to see Van Count fighting off as many as you could. You see the vicious Scorin battling his way through a small army, sending men flying. Erebor, what are you doing?
I'm staying beside them fighting.
Finally, you look to your elven ally. You see Grindel, the elf, who was fleeing with you, now caught in battle. There he was, fighting against the prince himself. Something was off, though. There was a piercing light in Salad's eye where a pupil should be. They clashed blades, with the prince leaning in closer with a sick grin growing across his face. I told you I'd get you back. I'd make you suffer. Did it hurt when I took your little elf away? He whispers before stepping back with his blade being knocked away. Grindel screams as he charges forward, his golden blades at the ready. The red bolts of lightning becoming more pronounced around his body. They strike the ground, leaving patches of red fire. The elf's eyes were consumed in crimson as he aggressively swings at Salad.
Grindel, don't get revenge.
Do it.
Do it.
Just
do it.
Do it! Patches of the ground are starting to become consumed by flames, and they're all spreading to the tents that were left. Okay, let's see here. Let's roll the dice, baby. Let's see what all of them get. Oh, that's not good.
Oh no.
Can we egg Grindel on and give him, like...
We're not bards.
Oh, is that what bards are for?
Yeah. Technically, they like sing songs. They're like, you're gonna win, bitch. Oh.
So, there's one hit, there's one miss, and there's another hit.
My god.
We need some hits, man. It adds to the dramaticness. It's okay.
If any of you want to step in, you
Yeah.
can most certainly try.
Can I get a rip on Salad's sword? No, actually, no. Can I step in between?
Roll a dexterity
Okay.
saving throw.
Okay, I'm stepping in.
Can I scream at Grindel?
Hang on, wait. I just imagine Brim is like, kick his ass! Like, that's all he says.
Yeah.
He's
Okay.
running still.
Ooh. Eric, as you even take a step forward to intervene, you are knocked flying as a gargoyle swoops
can I
down
catch him?
and strikes you.
Catch me!
I wanna catch him. I catch.
Hi, babe.
Wait, do I still get a turn or was that it?
What do you want to do?
Well, I wanna do something.
What do you want to do?
Get Salad's sword, stop them.
Well, hold on now, everybody. Okay, that was the gargoyle that hit him, right?
Yes, the white one. Because it swooped in.
The white one. I'm pointing at this one, bitch. Okay.
Yeah, what's the big boy doing?
The big boy is like moving. He's like gonna move.
Is Grindel, what's up with him? Let's see.
Grindel's in mid-battle between Salad.
Now, how close is Grindel to Salad?
Grindel is relatively close to Salad.
Can I yell and then, like, do an action?
You can yell, but it's gonna see if he hears you or not.
I have a flask of oil. There's fire everywhere, so I mean, I figured, you know.
Throw it
A
on
flask
Salad.
of oil. Right. And I'm gonna throw it at Salad, and I'm gonna fucking tell, like, Grindel, fucking move, you know? Like, fuck out of the way. Just blow his ass up.
Roll a dexterity.
I kiss the screen. Mwah. Eric approval.
The screen, everybody.
Eric's
There you go.
sending his soul to you. Oh, Eric. Terrible. I'm sorry.
You throw the flask of oil, but it doesn't go far enough, and it makes contact with a carriage that was yet to be caught on
come
fire.
on,
Now
it was
it's
a 10.
up in flames.
Good job, Mavis.
Doesn't it at
Wait,
least...
who's in the carriage?
No one.
Okay, but doesn't it at least to strike Sally? Come on, it was...
I gotta read the hit and misses first.
Hit and miss. I guess you
I
never
guess I never
missed.
miss,
Oh,
huh?
God, no, shut up.
For a brief moment, Salad hears a smash, and he looks over, but he's quickly caught back as Grindel swings his arm and leaps forward, his blade running across Salad's chainmail, breaking it on impact and cutting the skin underneath. He swings again, his teeth clenched tightly, but he misses. He was open for Salad to back up and place his palm on the base of his hilt, and he drives his blade forward. The elf's red eyes wide as the blade pierces his lower abdomen. But the human moves closer. The enraged elf lunges forward, his mouth wide open, biting down on the prince's ear and jerking his head back.
Oh, fuck you.
Salad screams, his ear is torn by Grindel's teeth, They both stumble back, Grindel clutching his wound. The prince aims his arm towards the elf. Something came rushing past you all with such force, and you watch as Grindel is struck in the face with some kind of spear, sending him to the ground.
Oh no. Can I get in between again?
You can try to move.
I want to jump in between. I
have like spells and shit that I could possibly do, just saying.
Eric, roll a dexterity saving throw, buddy.
Oh, Eric, just kill yourself.
Why are you doing this? You're gonna die.
Eric, you take a step forward, but you are suddenly met with severe pains running through your arm and your chest. You are met with the sharp outer shell of the Callous sphere piercing your body, and you gain fire damage. It's not much damage, 7 points.
Okay.
Salad looks to you and places his foot on top of Grindel's chest, the Callous sphere floating beside him, waiting for its next command. You see the elf reaching for his blade in a last-ditch effort, the red bolts continuing to dance around him.
Now, the true suffering. Finally, I will finish what I began.
He aimed his arm downwards, sending the sharp outer shell to pierce the elf's armor, then his chest. The sphere soon followed, slamming down, causing a deeper wound. Grindel starts to scream as his body is forced up, the sphere gaining a powerful glow while it begins to be lifted, with his blood beginning to be ripped away from his body.
I thank you.
Can I attempt to charm him or something?
A charm?
Do something. I
have spells. I have minor illusions. I have charms. I have fucking sleep.
Can I throw Deathbringer?
Throw Deathbringer.
Yes, thank you!
Hail the deep ones.
Can Eric pull out his knife and try and slash Salad's throat?
Just rolled for it. I'm about to save y'all's asses. You better fucking praise the deep ones after this.
Thank you. Can I lasso Salad's hand?
Okay.
You get his arm and I'll slash him.
Can I attempt to charm the fucking giant gargoyle and make him do something?
Sure. And he's gonna roll a wisdom. He rolled a 10 in wisdom. And what is your spell DC?
12.
12? He doesn't beat it. You're charming him.
Fuck yes.
You have charmed the massive gargoyle.
Can I make him do something now?
You can order him, yes.
Yeah, you can order him.
Make him crush Salad's stupid ass.
Oh,
Just grab him and
crush him.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Okay, so Grindel is in agony as his blood is being torn from his body. Reginald just baseball throws his fucking possum as it just attaches to Salad's face, and he's like, oh!
Yes, go my third minion!
What the hell?
Navis, what were you doing?
I was trying to lasso his fucking hand. I rolled a fucking 11.
That doesn't hit.
Yeah, I know it doesn't.
You throw your lasso, but it misses him completely. You command the gargoyle as it just roars to attack his once master.
Did you really charm it? For real?
Yeah, he did.
Oh my goodness.
That's a hit!
Oh my goodness. Oh.
The gargoyle
Please.
turns around with a deep. Eric, what are you doing?
I am gonna try and slash Salad's throat.
Was it the 25?
Yeah, the 25.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Wow, this is a scene though. It's supposed to be really dramatic and dark, and the fucking enemy has a possum on his face.
The blood of the elf scatters before being caught and attaching itself to the spear. The prince glares, but then a possum is attached to his face as he just screams, trying to rip it off. Navis tries to lasso him, but it misses. The gargoyle roars. And Salad doesn't know that it's charging right at him.
He can't see it.
He rips the possum off his face and throws it to the floor as Eric lunges forward, jabbing the fucking blade into, not his neck, damn it, but under his rib. And he screams in agony. You rip it out just in time to dodge the slam of the gargoyle. The prince is knocked prone momentarily as he gets back up, and he hasn't even got a second before a greatsword hits him, making him stagger back with a painful voice-cracking scream. Van Kalm quickly grabs Grindel and drags him and throws him to you, Eric. Take him, and as many as you can go now!
Oh my god, he's gonna die.
Don't you fucking
He's gonna die.
The Viking screamed at you as he defended himself. The prince backed up. Gargoyles began to step in front of him to be his shield. So everyone, now you retreat.
Did I get Deathbringer back?
You did. He scurries on back.
Can I take Shitsend with me?
He's going to follow a little bit. The fire had spread to other carriages, to the tents set up. Everything was starting to come down around you. The peace and quiet was filled with endless sounds of battle. The people that had followed you from the black market were being slaughtered before your very eyes. It was now or never. Van Kalm ordered you to flee with whoever you could as they held off your enemy's forces. Who's driving the carriage?
Me!
Okay, go on.
Reginald, you jump in the front and whip the reins, allowing people to climb on the back. You pack this carriage the best you could before taking off. 2 gargoyles taking chase with a deep roar. But the big boy, who Grim charmed, jumps up, slams them both to the ground, making them crumble to dust.
Yes.
As he lands down after attacking his own brethren, you see the soft glow that was alerting you that he has been charmed fades away, and he just stands there snarling. The horses huff and puff as they are pushed to their limit. You leave behind the camp, consumed in the sounds of war. The carriages left behind set ablaze. The bellows of gargoyles and the howls of wolves mixed together with the clashing of blades. The last thing you see is Van Kalm falling to a gargoyle once his blade is knocked from his hand.
No.
The large beast you have come to know as Scoran, fighting off a mini army, is overrun and 2 falls. The prince stood there, fragments of the artifact and blood hovering around him. He simply watched as you fled. He didn't care to take chase. The fire burned bright behind him, outlining his body and his approaching beasts. That is where we'll end tonight's section.
You got fucking attacked by a possum, bitch.
I'm proud of myself.
I'm proud of Deathbringer.
Yeah,
I
me
am
too.